listening to LA After Dark with your host, Abby Cubey, only on LA Talk Radio.
Hey, welcome back. Welcome to LA After Dark.
It's After Dark, but it's
still daylight. We got to change the name. We can't we can say LA just before dark.
Yeah, but it's 7 o'clock.
I know, but it's not dark yet. But in the winter, it'll be after dark because
Sure.
it turns dark at 5 o'clock.
So about LA Summer After Dark?
Summer After Dark. Well, welcome to LA After Dark with your host, Abby Cubey.
And Abourched.
Thank you. I always have to wait for her to say
I know,
that.
I have to pause.
All right, so if you're tuning in, we have a very exciting, very packed show today. It was last week we started Mo versus Women. Mm-hmm. And I don't know what that really means, Mo. I don't verse women. I love women. I'm not against them in any way. I just want to put that very clear to everyone. I love women. I'm not against them. But we are going to raise the bar today. And we're going to talk about a whole lot of stuff that has to do with women and men and what women expect out of men and what women look for in a woman and why women do the things they do.
Oh my God.
You make it sound so bad.
Yeah, terrible.
Well, I mean, you guys do so many different things that guys don't understand. I mean, we love you. We appreciate you. The world can't survive without you. But still, a woman's mind is like the most mysterious thing on the planet.
Because remember, we're multitaskers. What did we say about men last week? They're single-minded?
Yes, single-minded.
Here we go again.
Yes.
Here we go again. Well, let me introduce our panel today. We have a lot in the waiting to be on, but first we have with us Joy Wood.
Hello.
Welcome, Joy. She's with the healthcare consultant.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And we also have with us Vanessa Orozco.
I'm back.
And she's back. And she is with Gaviota Tequila, which is our favorite tequila, and she brought her lady with us.
I brought her
today.
with me. She can't come. She can't miss the party.
No, we can't miss her party either.
I know.
And of course, we have the ever beautiful Abby Cubey and the twins.
Oh yeah, I brought them.
They're out today.
They're out.
The twins are out.
Lisa and Lupe.
All right, shall we, ladies? I don't know if you
Shall
brought
we?
any questions for the men, but
No, it comes-
I came
we have so many-
prepared.
You know, we have so many questions, we don't know where to start.
All right. Well, we do,
We
for
wanted
the
to take it
audience
easy.
that are not watching, we have ladies on that side with the exception of Ben, who's with us. And then we have the men backing me up. Come on, guys. Let's hear it.
We brought a whole team.
We have a whole team. So it's not Mo versus women. It's men versus women.
It's Mo versus Wild.
Mo versus the wild. The wild
it's going to
mind.
get scary in here.
Good luck to you.
All right. So I'm going to go easy on you guys. First question, really easy. And, of course, the panel that's sitting in the chairs over there, listen to all these so we can all dive in once you guys come on. Simple question men want to know right off the bat.
Okay.
Why so many shoes and purses? Easy one to start. Joy?
I mean, it's, gotta have a selection, right?
But why? Why can't 1, 2, or 3 pairs be enough? 5 pairs, 7 pairs?
That's just not gonna work.
But this is what we want to understand. Tell me why.
You
it
gotta
is
match. You got to match.
And are you talking about shoes in the closet or shoes that I keep in my car?
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, do explain, because most men don't know that you keep shoes in your car as
Sorry,
well.
ladies, I
as
just
a
threw our
closet.
secret out there.
Just gotta coordinate. I mean, you have to have choices. It's like, okay, I'm wearing white today. I mean, does tan better, brown better, black better? I mean, just have to have it all out there.
So, Abby, when is enough enough?
When is enough
Yeah,
enough?
enough with shoes. When is it enough? When does a woman say, I have enough shoes? That will never happen.
Never.
Men will never hear that, will they?
Never.
Why?
No, because we just want you guys to keep buying us stuff. No, I'm kidding. We want always new.
Guys, I hope you're listening. This is good stuff.
The guys are covering their face. They're over there like this.
If any of these are your girlfriends, you're either going to break up by the end of the show, or you go, now I know what she's made of, right?
No, it's just it feels good when you look good. That's we're very, very simple. If we look good, we feel good.
Exactly.
That's just
And if you feel good, how does the man benefit?
of course it's very beneficial.
Because we make him look good. We're walking next to him.
With
Yeah,
your brand new
absolutely.
shoes every day,
Our
right?
shoes
Yes.
make him look good.
All right, I like it.
Next.
Oh, you guys are moving right along. Here we go.
Too easy.
Too easy.
That
Too
was
easy
an easy.
question.
Okay, here's another one then. So girls, you guys talk.
Okay.
You guys talk a lot. I mean, I don't mean that in a disrespectful way, but you guys do a lot of talking. There's a study made. Women on average speak 25,000 words a day.
Wow.
You didn't
We're
know that?
special. How many words do men talk?
12,000.
Well,
See, men go to work, they speak their 12,000 or 11,500 words, and they come home, and the wife or the girlfriend has spoken maybe 14,000. She has like 9,000 words to go,
So we give
and a
him a whole
man has like
9,000.
500 words to go, and so he'll go,
And at some point, he tunes out.
He tunes out, and you guys keep talking
as we're giving him the whole 9,000 words
Right.
that we have
Oh.
left over for
Guys.
the remainder of the day.
about everything. But do all women talk? Do all women, when, with their boyfriends or their husbands, do women really open up and talk to their man?
Yeah, I think I think
depends.
so.
I
It
think,
depends.
women are very
We are great
we're about,
listeners.
yeah, exactly. We're about communication
Mhm.
and, making sure that we're heard. And it
Oh,
doesn't.
you're heard.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. Listen right now. Mo.
Listen.
You're very.
Just listen. I think it's more of just knowing that you're not going to get frustrated over everything that we're saying. It's just being heard.
Okay,
That's really what it is.
Vanessa, you guys, we have a 2-hour show. You have to elaborate a little more and dig in deep. I don't want shallow answers.
I mean,
You guys are giving me shallow answers.
you know what?
We're not. We're
Come
talking
on.
about
I'll
real
give you my
stuff here.
feedback. I'm in a very male-dominated industry, so when I walk into a room, I feel like men just look at me and they're quiet and they let me give them my whole 14,000 words, and that gets me a sale. So even when I come home, I give my whole 9,000 again.
I love it. And do you normally close all the sales when you do the 14,000 word speech?
Sometimes.
Do you?
Sometimes they tune out and they forget what I'm talking.
Now I'm gonna start counting my words. Like
I
every
know.
day, it's like shit.
You will lose track after,
After
like
10,000, it's
yeah.
like-
I wonder if we can create an app that counts our words, like kind of like you count calories. I want to know how many words I said in one day.
Did
I
I
just-
probably existed? No,
I don't think so.
You can't create an app.
Someone's shaking their
Yeah.
head no, so I want to create an app
no.
that shows me how many words I say throughout the day.
Absolutely, and I think you can count all the words that you say. So, my follow-up question to you women is, so if you do communicate so well, Joy, right? You said you guys are
yeah.
very communicative,
Yeah,
right? And you
we
like
are.
to express your feelings and your thoughts. So, why is it then, and I hope you guys are listening, why is it then you shut down on men? Ooh. Ooh.
Don't you dare say
I
that.
know.
Ooh, that's a good one, right? So why do you guys shut down?
I mean, what do you mean by shut down?
Yeah,
I
I was gonna
actually,
say the
yeah,
same.
I that's
How do we shut
because
down?
I
Okay.
think women tend
I think
to
he's basing
go,
it in his personal.
Okay.
No, no,
could
no,
be.
not at all. I'm talking about women in general.
Yeah.
And I'm going to explain to you how
'Cause-
you guys shut down.
Yeah, I don't shut down. I mean, I'm
Ever?
gonna keep. I don't. I mean, until I get my point across. I think it's.
So it's a rarity. I mean, you're an exception, but most women sometimes when they get mad or they get angry or something is not going their way, right? They just tend to shut down.
Yeah,
And you go, babe, what's wrong? Nothing.
Oh,
Not
be
that-
careful
well,
with that.
because the thing is,
be careful with that. Nothing, because that means
Yes.
something.
Right?
Yes.
Well, that's a whole
I'm the
lot.
complete opposite. I won't stop until I prove my point. Maybe it's because I'm a Virgo. I don't know.
I'm kind of like in
Or very in
between.
touch with your masculine side.
Maybe.
right?
It could be.
I'm kind of in between, actually.
Yeah.
There
Or
are
if-
times I'm very quiet. If I am very quiet, it's dangerous.
It is.
Yeah.
that means
See, but that's the point, though, and I think that's what scares men. When a woman is quiet, they know there's something wrong.
I'd like to think that I'm understood. Like, I don't need to repeat myself. I'm just understood. That's it.
That's a good point.
If I'm not understood, then you shouldn't be with me. Basically.
Well, do elaborate on if you're not understood.
If I'm not, well, you have, like, say for example, okay, I want you to pay the bills on time or something like that, and then
And
the
you
man
don't. Right.
Yeah,
And the man
yeah.
forgets.
forgets.
Right, because he was
Then that
playing his
It
game.
pissed me off. Yeah, playing the Candy Crush or something
Right.
like that. So then that's when I get pissed off, and I'll just shut down.
So you'll shut down for a basic thing like that.
Yeah,
Wouldn't
basic.
you think this is the opportunity to actually communicate with your man and go, honey, I mean, we actually understand.
No,
we have a
because the
brain.
thing is,
We can
right
reason.
Here, this is
you
the
know?
basic. The basic thing
Right?
should not be repeated. It should be obligation, right? You should put it in your reminder. So so for me, if I have to repeat myself, that means I'm with
All right.
the wrong person.
So let me elaborate on that point then. So when you tell me we're married, you and I, hi Abby, hi honey, right? And you say, sweetheart, take the trash out, right?
Yes.
And I go, okay, I'll do
Then
it.
that should be your duty.
Hold on. And I said, I'll do it.
Mm-hmm.
And an hour goes by, and I haven't done it yet.
Then you're
And
getting
you
shut
go,
down.
why didn't you take the trash out? Well, you told me to take it out. You didn't say you want it done now. I'll do it when I want to do it.
That means
Now-
if I say that means it's a now.
Oh,
Yeah.
no. But see,
That
that
would
then...
drive me crazy.
Yeah.
If you do it an
Because
hour
if you
later.
like an hour later, it's like the trash is still
But
there.
you
I'm still
take the
smelling
trash.
it.
What does it matter whether it happens when you say it or it happens an hour
because
later?
we women want
Am I
things
right,
when
guys?
we want them done.
Yes.
Right, Abby?
Right?
Absolutely. Right, Joy?
yeah, exactly. I mean, it's why put it off, right? Why
Because
put
I was doing
I
something.
think that's when maybe from
That's when the small little things like this is the ones that creates bigger
problems.
things,
Right.
bigger problems.
just
It's like,
just get it
you
done.
don't
So
do this, you don't do this, you don't do this, you don't do this for me. All these things.
See, I like this. We're getting into this. We're getting into this.
now we're getting into the
We're
nitty-gritty.
getting into the nitty gritty.
Yes,
So
exactly.
here's a point then. If you want it done and you want it done now, so why not do it yourself?
Well, excuse me, I told you to do it.
That's what we need you for.
Oh,
You know what it is? We want to make you feel wanted. Those are things that, you're the man, honey. You take out the trash. I'm not going to do it. I'm going to leave it up to you.
you
Yeah,
know, the
that's what it
trash,
is.
taking the trash
Trash,
out really does not make
dishes,
me
you
feel
know.
wanted at all. It really doesn't.
Doing the dishes.
Does it make you feel strong?
Vacuuming.
But fold my clothes,
All right,
wash
so-
my underwear.
So,
Or it's not just not obviously not just the trash. It's the whole. Did you listen? I mean, right now I'm asking you to do something. Might as well do it now. Why put it off and create something like what Abby said.
Yeah.
Create something that friction or whatnot. Just do it.
Just do
Just
it.
And you know what? I will too. I mean,
Because for a fact you will get punished during
Punished?
bedtime. Bedtime?
I don't want to know what the punishment is.
I know. Like,
time I'll
are you
be
gonna tie him up? Are you gonna whoop him with
They're
a
gonna
little
give you the
leather
cold shoulder
leather
at night.
strap?
Cold shoulders, the cold
the
shoulder.
silent treatment.
The lo-
I think
Yes.
when you get women to the point of like what you said, why do we shut down? I think when we get to the point of okay, we have shut down, then you know what?
That means
You
Right
are
after.
in big trouble.
Well,
Ellen.
that's exactly my point, and this is why I'm trying to understand.
Kind of like when you
Why-
guys forget anniversaries. We
Yeah.
shut you down. We shut down. That's a big
Well,
one.
yeah, I try not to forget anniversaries or birthdays or, the first date. and
Oh yeah.
Yes.
What she wore on the first date.
Oh, God.
No, I don't remember that, but I'm just saying in general. In general, those
He's
are the
like, that sounded nice.
Yeah, those are the things that women would love a guy to remember. But, guys don't think about things like that. And the only reason they don't think about things like that,
Why?
hold on, because women are wired differently. And we talked about this last week.
did.
Their mind is wired differently. You guys are global in your thinking. You can be thinking, and this is, I'm going to go back to the trash thing in a second. I have a lot to say tonight. I'm ready to go. So,
All right.
With his backup team over there.
so because you're global thinking, right, and you walk in the door and you're thinking about 12 different things, and you walk in the door and you go, hey, honey, I want you to take the trash out. It smells, right? Because your mind is like going everywhere. And you expect him to jump off that couch and go, yes, honey, and I'm just going to go take the trash out, right?
Yes.
But he's sitting doing something, but your mind is already on 12 other things, and you turn around and you go, well, I told you to take the trash out. Well, that was 10 seconds ago, right? And your mind has already raced into like infinity and back in those 10 seconds, and you get frustrated with it. Am I right, ladies? Am I
Yes,
right?
ladies.
Yeah,
Do I
Yeah, they're
understand?
right.
Do I understand the woman's mind? Yes? Okay. So that's what we're trying to understand here as men. How do we get into that and go, hey, just slow it down a little bit. Talk to me. I'm here like a human being, right? Don't overlook me because your mind is racing on 12 million different things at once.
Well, just as long as you talk to me nicely, I think I will consider it. But for me, one word is enough for a wise man. Otherwise, you get punished, you'll get cold shoulders and silent treatment forever.
You know,
Sometimes they're permanent.
If people are listening and they're listening to you say that, they're going to go, oh my God, what a bitch. One time only?
Yes.
I don't want to be in her household.
Be scared.
No, I think it's a matter.
Whoever you are.
I think it's a matter of mutual understanding. I think as women,
Yes.
sometimes we don't understand that we are doing 20 different things in our mind at the same time while you're probably thinking about one or two, and we want you to do something automatically. And maybe as a woman, we should stop and say, you know what? He's not being mean. I'm maybe being unrealistic, and I'm asking for too much right now. I mean,
Let's talk about most mind, actually.
Uh-oh.
What is in your mind
Right now?
right now?
Right? I'm thinking why Vanessa is bashing men right now because she keeps saying...
how am I bashing men?
Because you keep saying you have one thing or two things in your mind.
Yes.
And I'm like, really? Is that all I think of is one thing? Okay, that's it? And
One
that's what I
thing.
was thinking about right now in my mind.
What is the
that
one thing?
thing
About
is,
getting the cold shoulder.
It's like, yeah. What is the one thing?
What is the one thing what?
That one or two things that you always think every day.
I don't. I wish I did. I'm a little different animal than most men.
See?
I think about a different million things at one time. I multitask. I do a billion things. I actually do dishes as well.
Nice.
But that's a story for another. But I
And
enjoy
gentlemen,
doing
can we
dishes.
raise your hands who does dishes?
Who
It-
does-
it's-
All the guys in here, raise your
hey,
hands.
Let's hear it for the
Yes.
man. Hey, we get an applaud on that one. Where's my applaud?
Okay.
So they're one of a kind. You three are one of a kind.
We're very unique.
No
men.
offense, gentlemen.
But honestly, I don't think there's anything wrong with doing dishes.
None.
I don't
None
think
at all.
there's.
And
Or
take the trash
vacuum.
out.
For all the men out there, I'll tell you, there's nothing wrong with
No.
doing house chores. Whether it's dishes or vacuuming, I hate windows. I don't do windows. I will not do windows. But whether you vacuum or do dishes or make the bed, or there's nothing degrading about that. I mean,
true.
No, I
no,
think that
it's-
makes
That's
men
actually
a
attractive.
lot. Yeah, exactly. Very
Very
attractive
attractive.
that they can
Yeah.
own it and just be like, well,
Like men
I'm
crying.
vacuuming.
There's nothing wrong with it.
right. I think it's very therapeutic.
So to the gentlemen watching, make sure that your house is vacuum clean and everything's done by the time your wife gets home. Follow our advice.
go through that honey-do list.
She won't give
Yeah.
you the cold shoulder tonight.
Right? Exactly. Actually, that is a true point, by the way. And some of the little things that matter the most to women,
Yes.
okay, is if they see their man doing little things without telling him once,
Yeah.
without, being angry, and just get up and go do something. Just
Yep.
go vacuum, fix the couch,
Yeah. Or do something.
Because
or,
take the crap out of underneath the cushion.
Change the kids' diapers.
or,
Hey, wait, you're going too far now.
I knew you were going to
Now
stop me
you're
on
going
that
too
one.
far.
We're
or
so
get some
easy.
flowers
Yeah.
or something. It's so easy.
Yeah,
Like we
it-
just want to feel special. We want to feel we're important. We want to feel beautiful every day.
It's the little things really
Yes.
that count. I mean, going back again to the trash, right? So you listened, and I'm not saying, Mo, take out the trash right now. but if you let another hour pass, that's when it's going to be like, okay. But 10 minutes, sure, why not? But
So if you tell me, and let's open up a little bit as a discussion, because men want to understand women, right? And this is really more
Try.
about how do we communicate with this lovely creature, woman, right? That we want to get along with so badly because we want, what do we want?
oh, what do men want?
Pee.
What do we want?
No, pee. You want some eggs?
So what if
I think peace.
peace?
Yeah,
we
see,
want
I think
peace.
men want just
Of
peaceful,
course.
a peace at
We
home.
really do.
Yeah.
We want peace of mind and a peace of.
Something else.
So if you tell me to take the trash out, it seems to be the trash is the topic today.
Yeah.
How did we even
No,
get to
let's
the
not
trash?
make that the topic of
Yeah.
Can we
today.
change it?
Can we change it,
All right.
please?
If you say, honey, I really would love you to do the dishes, okay? I'm really tired. I want you to do the dishes. And I say, honey, I really don't feel like it right now.
I would be upset.
Wrong
Right?
answer.
I'd be
Wrong
really upset.
answer.
Wait, but why can't a guy be honest? Why can't they say, I don't feel like it? Why do we have to do... Now, let me ask you something. When the man says, baby, I really want to have sex right now.
Make him wait.
Wait,
Wait.
let's
Wait
compare
till
dishes to
forever.
having sex.
That's
Right?
really different.
No.
That's really
no,
different.
Because when a man says, baby, I'm like feeling it
It's
right
like
now.
going to the bathroom or
I'm
something.
so feeling it right now. Can we just do it? Come on. And you go, no, I don't feel like it. So why is that acceptable for you to say you don't feel like it? And it's something so important for a man
But as a
that
man,
when we say
No.
we don't feel like doing the dishes, you're like, that's not acceptable.
Well, because that's our body, we are
Am I
entitled
right?
to say no.
It's my hands doing the dishes. I have the right to say no.
But who basically made all those mess in the first place?
The one who cooked.
So whoever
It's teamwork. It's teamwork. You wash the dishes, I give you sex. How about that?
I'll be at the sink all day.
There you go. So we found a solution tonight,
There you
gentlemen.
go.
Wash the dishes, and you get sex.
Okay.
Yes.
A small disclaimer: this is not guaranteed. Okay?
Not guaranteed. Sorry.
We
don't
do
mark
not
my
guarantee that if you do the dishes,
That it
you
works.
will
You
will
have
get
sex. Please discuss this with your significant other.
words. So we should ask the gentlemen, would you wash the dishes if you're going to get sex? We have a crowd over there. I don't know what they're saying.
Guys?
They're like,
They're being too quiet.
Yeah.
I
Well,
know.
they're
They
listening.
don't have a
They
backup
can't.
team, Mo.
I think their loyalty is to us, not to
Yes.
you.
they're like,
Hey, they know where
Why-
their bread is buttered.
exactly. They're like, I know who I'm going home with tonight.
Right?
Exactly.
And it's not me, I hope. I know who I'm going home with, and I have to be good. Honey.
That's why he's behaving, and he's saying he would wash the dishes.
I love you, honey. Nothing I say on the show, nothing I say on the show is for real. It just, make
Just
no,
for
I'm
fun.
kidding. I'm kidding. I'm
No, I'm
just
kidding.
kidding. All right, so how do we get peace and understanding in our communication? What is it that you want a man? How do you want the man to communicate with you?
Text.
Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat.
That's good.
I like phone calls actually. I hate texting. It's so
No,
cold.
text is horrible.
It's
Text is
horrible.
horrible. It can come out such
You
the
never know what
wrong
you're
way,
saying, yeah.
right?
I'm gonna have to say, I mean, we all know this about women and men. I think we tend to assume that what's on our mind without us having to say
That's a
it.
good point.
Yeah.
That's
Thank
that
We need
is
an applause.
Yeah,
Where's
I know.
my-
Angels.
No, my angels. Where's my angel?
there you go, right?
She said the magic words. I'm going to do it again. I
Right?
swear.
And to me, I mean, I'm thinking, it is so obvious. How could you not know what I'm thinking?
That's
right?
the point. You
Yes.
see, now I'm going to jump off my chair. That's exactly the miscommunication issue that men and women have, because women immediately assume, well, how could you not know what I was thinking?
Yeah, exactly.
I think communication is the key. I think a lot of times in relationships, a lot of problems happen because the woman, we're assuming that you know what we want and vice versa, and we don't take the time to communicate, and that's where the problems happen.
What if the man assumes?
I don't think men assume. I think men speak. I think men are direct.
That's
and
not
men,
true.
We're talking general. For the most part, men. There are exceptions, just
Yes.
like exceptions with women as well. But I think for the most part, men, and every once in a while, you're right. They don't communicate. And they look at it, you should have known, But
Should have known.
very rarely. But I think men are direct. They do communicate what they want. They'll tell you what they want. Women, a lot of times, assume men will know what they want because of your actions, right? So you'll do something and the guy goes, hey, what happened? Well, you should know what happened. Like, no, I don't know what happened. I was walking behind you and you turn around, give me a dirty look. What happened?
All I can say is basically for everybody that's in a relationship, you have to watch The Breakup with Jennifer Aniston. So you
Okay.
know what I'm talking.
Well, that was a plug for a breakup.
Yes, The Breakup.
Why?
So to avoid the breakup.
Oh, to avoid the breakup.
Yeah.
Just drink tequila, have a party together, and you guys will be happy.
Tequila always solves everything.
Tequila
Absolutely.
always
Tequila
solves
does.
everything.
Tequila cures everything.
Everything.
Yes, cures everything.
So, on to our next question. I'm jumping around here a little bit.
Okay.
Let's.
And I started by saying earlier, you guys talk and you talk to each other, right? So why do you have the need to discuss with other women about your sex life?
Because we want to share what's going on in our bedroom.
But why?
It's more fun that way. We can't share it with a man. Because a man will get horny
But-
like if we're talking about stuff like this.
That's the point. That's the idea. To actually talk to the man or the person you're sleeping with, man, woman, whatever your preference is. But you should communicate with the person that you're actually...
I think you just like dirty talk, right?
I mean, I
Well,
don't.
sex talk doesn't have to be dirty, actually. It's a really...
Okay.
It can be
Clean.
interesting.
It can be very
intimate,
interesting.
right.
But no, really, why do you guys feel the need to actually talk to other women about your sex life and what happens in bed?
I don't.
You don't.
No.
I
I think it's a bad idea
it is,
either.
to
right?
talk to another woman about what you're doing, because maybe I'm doing something really good and he's doing something really good, and then she might want him.
That's a really good point,
Yeah,
right?
that's
I mean, to me, that's a very private subject, and
I don't
don't
really
really
talk
Or
about
you
it.
might be really happy and then she'll start giving you ideas of how you're not happy,
right?
right? And she'll try to convince you of, no, really? This is what you do? You shouldn't do that. And this is what I do, and I control my man. Do you control your man?
No.
I don't think women specifically,
we don't talk about
go
it.
into, this is what happens behind the bedroom,
Yeah, we don't
inside
talk
the bedroom.
about
We don't
that.
wanna talk about
We're
that.
not very specific like that. And sometimes we just do,
Hang
small
out.
talk about sex, and it's it's a girly
girly
fun thing.
thing.
Yeah, it's a girl. While men on the other
guys go
hand,
all
it's
out.
like, it's like, oh my god.
Do you guys talk about women in
No,
men
I
world?
think, well, I can speak for myself, or in general, most of the guys I speak to, they only talk about sex in two ways. One, they're not getting enough,
Uh-oh.
okay? Or two, they brag that they're very happy and satisfied and they're getting a lot of it. And that's it. Guys don't talk in detail about...
Not like big boobs, nice ass, those kinds of things. No?
No, you don't normally talk like that about your wife or your girlfriend. If you're single and you're out there and you're dating, yeah, you might brag about, oh my God, I took out this girl. It's just amazing,
That's
But
true.
you normally don't talk like that about your girlfriend, the one you're dating, or your wife. Men have pride in their women, and they don't discuss that personal, part of their life.
I think women are like that too. I mean,
Yeah.
it's nothing very, specific. It's, like I said, it goes back to like girl talk, like guys.
Yeah. When you basically are all together, you jokes and these things, little things comes out here and there, but it's nothing like exactly what
This
happened.
is what happened last night.
Yeah, this
Right.
is what
From
happened.
start to
Not in
finish.
detail, no details.
No
Yeah.
details.
No.
So we talk about a lot of other things other than sex. We talk about how cute he is, how smart he is.
Yeah.
Does he own his own business? What does he do? That's what I like to talk about with my girlfriends.
Exactly.
Really?
Personally.
About what he does?
What he does. Did he go to school? Is he intelligent? I mean, I'm sure there's other things that you gentlemen talk about women other than sex, right?
Yes.
Nah.
Because
Really?
oh no, really?
Nah.
I'm disappointed now.
They don't. Guys don't ask me, oh my God, what does your girlfriend do? They don't care.
We care.
They don't care. I mean,
We do
honestly,
care. We
guys
do.
don't care what your girlfriend or your wife does. And again, we don't talk about our, girlfriends or spouses or wives. We talk about business and if you're having an issue, am I right, guys?
It's
For
really.
the
I'm
most part?
disappointed now.
Am I right?
I guess it really
I see them
depends
shaking
on,
their head over
on
there.
your group and your circle, the people that you're surrounded with. It really depends. 'Cause,
Yeah, it really depends.
The more
You're right.
educated, the more busy they are, the more smarter topics that you are discussing
Right.
with them, basically.
Right.
So
And-
if you're surrounded with politicians, you of course will talk about
Mm-hmm.
politics. So
Well, if you're around politicians, they do bring up the strip club.
I'm sure
Okay.
they bring it up a lot.
A lot, of course. Oh, hey, I
Yeah.
saw you there last night. How was that?
let's talk about superiority.
The who?
Have you ever worked for a woman? And would you prefer to work with or for women?
That's a really good question. I've always
And why?
I've always worked with women.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I've ever worked for a woman. I'm trying to think. Have I ever worked for a woman? I don't think I've ever worked for a woman, but I do prefer though.
But why?
Why I haven't? Just
Be
the
honest.
opportunity never presented itself that I would work for a woman. Not that I would actually oppose it. Not at all.
Mm-hmm.
I work with women. Well, I might be
okay,
I
Katya
might
will
start
strangle
working
him
for
later.
a woman very soon. I prefer working with women more than I do with men.
I know.
Men have too much ego, too much testosterone. They always try to prove another point to another man. Okay, we always want to prove a point. I want to show you that I'm better than you. Okay, but working with women actually tend to
Push you, lift you up.
lift you up, but they're also more organized. They're also more detailed. They're also very supportive, and they get,
Very.
and they get,
Right.
they work.
They get stuff done.
They get stuff done.
I would say it in another way, but yeah.
Yeah.
They get shit done.
Shit done.
That's what you can say
We get
shit.
shit done.
You can say shit. Can we say shit? You can say shit.
I mean, we are in a full house of women entrepreneurs, so ladies, we get shit done, right?
That's right.
Well, yeah. So I've never. I actually love that.
Have you ever, what do you call this? Have you ever tell your lover or your wife or your girlfriend how much you're earning?
That's a very private conversation.
Have you ever?
We don't
Answer.
disclose that.
Have
I
you
don't
ever?
disclose. We don't talk about finance. No, I'm kidding.
No, but it's
Yeah,
in
of
general.
course. You know,
Okay.
If you look, men.
Or you prefer to be
it-
discreet about it, about your earnings and everything?
Well, it depends, and I'm going to just tell you my point of view, and I tell you from the men that I know. Okay, if they are if they're married, okay, it's a partnership. Even if you're dating and you're dating long term, it is a partnership, and there's nothing wrong if they know your finances and what you're doing and how much you're earning. As long as the shoes don't start piling up in the closet. Then you can share that information. But if you start seeing the shoe boxes pile up and your bank account going down, then maybe you should withhold some of that information.
Good point, Mo. Good
Yeah,
point.
but
So-
if you have a woman, a really good woman, and she's a partner, whatever you're doing, okay, will always increase and will always do better. And as long as women are not interested in only spending your money and
Right.
doing things to spend your money, and she's really a partner, then it's absolutely you share finances and
What
you
if
talk about
what
it.
if she makes more money than you?
That was my question.
Because I mean, ladies, there is a lot of entrepreneurs here, and a lot of us are very successful, and we're making maybe a lot more money than men are. So,
I do more dishes.
what if you? What if you're the one piling up the shoes?
Then
Well,
you
yeah,
know
I
what?
can see your shoes is
So-
always new.
So Thank you. I like wearing new shoes.
Uh-oh.
I actually do have a lot of shoes. I love shoes, and
That's good.
I gave away 30 pairs of shoes the other day that just been sitting there. I gave them away, and I'm down to like maybe 15 pairs.
God, yeah.
Wow. And
There's
you
a
asked
room.
us, and you're wondering why we pile up with it. We
But this is over years. You guys pile up shoes like quickly, like really
trends,
quickly. Like
trends change.
depends.
Seasons change.
that's true.
right.
This question is actually from my friend Dr. J in Noma. Hi, Dr. J.
Hello.
This is for all of us. Why is it generally accepted to accept a woman in business to cry during a frustrating scenario?
One more time on the question.
Why is it generally
Acceptable.
acceptable to
For a woman
accept
to cry?
Yeah, during frustrating scenario.
I don't know. Tell me.
Because we're just so frustrated already, and
And for men to cry, it's like.
I mean, I don't think it, when it comes to business, I don't think it's acceptable in any scenario, whether you're a man or a woman, to cry. But I think it's more acceptable for a woman because we're seen as the vulnerable sex.
That's not true.
I mean, it's not true, but so
That's
to
not
speak.
true, actually.
But I don't sit there and cry.
But
I walk out and cry.
I can
Me
tell
too.
you why women
Me
cry.
too.
I can tell you why women cry. Women are emotional based.
Right.
Very.
right.
Men are logical based. Okay, so when
What's
women, no,
Right.
it's
Yeah,
a
that
fact.
is true. It's
It's a fact.
Is it true?
So women
They're
operate.
shaking their head over there.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
Thank you. These guys are taking me out for a beer
And by
later
the way,
on.
he said
They're like, hey, let's go out. But
today is very dangerous for you.
why?
This
What's
is what Dr. J sent
Oh, today's
watching
dangerous for you or
for
me?
you.
Why, Dr.
Treading
J? I
water.
have nothing to fear. You know what?
Anyway.
If women are going to hate me for bringing out the truth about how men need to communicate with women, then that's their problem, not mine. I
True.
only want to understand women because I love them, and I'm going to be living with them for the
Can't
rest of
live-
my life.
And we want more men to
Yes.
understand
Right.
us women.
And by the way, this is what the show's about. We really want to open it up so men
Can
can
understand.
understand women, and women can understand men and what frustrates us and about women, and and vice versa.
Yeah,
Right.
absolutely.
Right?
Right.
Taru.
Taru. Okay, so we have a question, several
Awesome.
questions from Michael, nickname Murray Man.
Holy
Why women say nothing is bothering them when something clearly is? We kind of asked that earlier,
We did.
but let's answer it again for him. So why do women say nothing is bothering them when clearly something is? What's the defense mechanism behind that?
Because we expect
Because
you to
when
know.
we say
Yes. We expect
Good
you to read our
answer.
mind, and we expect you to know when we're walking through the door.
yes, absolutely.
No, I think
I
it's,
agree with that.
Survey says.
No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
I am not kidding.
No, I think what it is I mean, as a woman, you really expect your significant other to know you better than that, and we expect you to be able to read us and know how we're feeling, right?
But your
Joy?
answer,
Well,
but
you're
your,
the-
Kinda,
Joy,
sorta.
please tell me,
Please
help
help
me
us.
out here.
Help enjoy. Jump in.
okay. Say that question again.
Why women say nothing is bothering them when something clearly is? Like we know there's something bothering you, go, honey, Joy, what's wrong? Nothing.
Nothing, and then
But Joy,
And then we
honey,
flip our
I can
face.
tell. Nothing.
I think, women just, want to feel like, to her point, we want to be understood. We want to know that you know us well enough to maybe you don't know specifically what the problem is, but maybe I need some time to kind of like, just sit on what's happening or kind of reflect what's happening. I need, I don't need you to come like, if you don't know, then maybe stand back a little bit. I need some time. I need some time because you didn't know, and you're making it worse by not knowing,
Okay.
what it is. When clearly, I mean, I would say it. If there was something bothering me, if there was something on my mind,
You would say it.
I would say it. And if that didn't, get through, and you asked again, I'd be like, okay. I mean, what? Just give me time now, because now you're
Okay,
like,
well, that's a very specific scenario when he does know and you do say it and he asks it. I get that. But for the most part, it's really unfair to say that men should know you, because here's what I understand of women. And correct me, women, please. And if I'm wrong, throw something at me. Okay? But I think throw that at me. Right? I'm going to be wrong right now. You guys keep changing the bar. You keep raising the bar. And when we think we know you, you don't like to be predictable. You don't like to be figured out. And we
Who
think
said that?
you guys say it. You guys say it subconsciously, really. And
my sister just texted. She's like, because that's how we're wired.
Yeah, that's true.
thank you,
just- I
sis.
agree.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes.
That's exactly
Hi,
right.
Ali.
We have to keep it interesting. I mean, if you know us so well, what's the exciting part?
Yeah.
You know, we have to keep it interesting. Every time you see us, something new.
All right. So here's a good question for you, because we've talked about this several times. Is it bad for women when you can predict your man? When your man is predictable, you're like, I knew you were going to do that. I expected that.
It's
like
kind of boring.
Well, it's too easy. It's not a challenge.
Yeah.
too easy.
We like a challenge.
You like a challenge.
Yeah.
So when a man gives you a challenge, then you snap at him. Then you don't like it.
We're wired that way, remember?
That's the point.
Yes.
Women, men, help me.
Somebody comment.
Somebody jump ship.
So do you see the contradictory here? Do you see what I'm talking about? Yes, that's how you're wired, and you want the man to basically know you and understand, and he does the things that you want him to do because you want him to know you. So when he does it, you're like, boring. I expected that. I want you to be unpredictable. So when he does something, when he grows a brain and goes, I'm just going to be my own man right now, and I'm going to do something really out of left field, you're like, why would you do that? I didn't expect you to do that. And then you guys make an issue out of it. So where is the fairness in all that? You guys keep us on
You
our
just
toes.
gotta accept it that there's no fairness. You need us, you do it. You do something for us. Okay?
I love
There's no-
Abby.
there's no fairness.
I'm learning. I'm
There's
sitting
no-
here quietly learning from Abby. I'm taking notes.
There's no fairness. It's just
Don't
not
read the
fair.
whole book. No, just the first page is fine.
Only the introduction.
Only the
If
introduction.
you love us, you sacrifice.
No,
This
but
is
maybe
simple.
then if we sacrifice, we're predictable, and you don't like predictable because predictable is boring. So tell me, how do men behave to please you if women are honestly, I'm going to be open, are never pleased?
That's not true.
I pushed the button. Here we go.
That's not true. We are very simple, very simple, creatures.
We are very simple.
I have to disagree.
I would have to greatly disagree.
Okay,
I'm sorry.
We just wanna feel good. We wanna look good. That's very simple.
Well, I don't think there is any question about it. It can only be attributable to human error. This sort of thing
Thanks,
has cropped
Mo,
up
thanks.
before,
You
and
know-
it has always been due to human error.
It only becomes complicated when you don't do as we say, I guess.
Yeah. Just do it.
I don't
You know what
I don't
Nike
know if
said?
I'm really
Just do it.
Nike.
remember
I think
Nike.
Nike owns that one. But listen, I don't know that I'm
Nike
liking.
said,
I
"Just
don't know
do
that
it."
whether I want to like it or approve it or disapprove it. But it doesn't make sense for women to say, "Just do it." Then where's the relationship? Then why is men, around? Why don't you just guys go run the world and do your thing? And why do you need us? I feel so used right now.
No, I think every woman is
And
wired
he's like, "Go
differently.
Yeah.
Right? I feel like a piece of meat right now.
I think we're all wired differently. I mean, I need a man just like my man needs me.
Right.
I think that we're all different.
We have different
it
personalities.
doesn't work. So
Mo, I'm kidding. I didn't
I know
mean that
you
when I
are.
said, just do it. I mean,
Just
as
do
with
it.
any relationship. I mean, it's a compromise. It's a compromise. I mean, women can be, very, complex and complicated when, we are seeing that what we thought you would, we assumed you would do, you didn't do, or whatnot. So I think
Right.
it's just a matter of compromising at the end of the day, and keeping the peace.
It's
Well-
teamwork. If you want your
Teamwork.
relationship to work, it's a 50-50, and I don't think it's you're wired one way and he's wired another way. I think if it's a mutual understanding, mutual respect, and you guys want to make it work, it's all about communication. Communication is the key.
Right.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
So-
so if we communicate, and I communicate clearly, and I tell you exactly what's on my mind, will I be understood,
Yes.
heard, and accepted?
In my book,
Even,
yes.
even, thank you. Joy,
Yes.
yes?
No.
Yes.
Hey, wait, wait.
I'm sorry. You know what?
It doesn't matter.
No, it does.
It does? Okay.
It's funny because my sister Ali again is like texting me because she's like listening to all this and watching, and she's like, I think women have such.
Put the name on the
You're telling everybody in the
I know.
world. We're having a little disagreement here. Sorry, we're having a little sideshow.
Is this? Yeah, never mind. Okay.
Okay, so
So my sister's saying we need constant reminders by our significant others to lower our expectations, because our expectations from our partners are, pretty high.
I would like to have your sister on the show next
Yeah.
time.
Yeah,
I
okay,
think
like
she
that,
seems
okay.
We're
to
gonna get part 3
to
actually
really
next week.
really speak.
She's like sending me text messages left and right.
Which is
Yeah, me
amazing.
too, Nikki,
which,
hey,
is,
baby.
which is absolutely amazing. But I do really thank you and appreciate you for being on the show
Of
and
course.
sharing with us. We do have a few other that we are going to invite.
Okay.
But let's give a big round of applause for Vanessa and
and
Joy.
Joy.
We appreciate
Thank
you
you
being
for
here
having
and
me.
sharing with us your thoughts.
And later on the show, before we end, we're gonna do shots.
We're going to do shots.
Yes. So our second panel would be Meline Gasparyan and Thesesa Juarez.
Come on
Come
down,
on,
ladies.
guys. Come on, ladies. And then we'll have Ben and Kateryna.
Ben and Kateryna.
And it goes on to shows.
I just want to say it's Teresa.
Teresa?
Yes.
Teresa.
Teresa. Oh,
Yes.
sorry.
Well,
It's okay.
Thesesa Juarez.
Yes.
Did I say that right?
Yeah, you can say it
of
like
course.
that, or Juarez.
Juarez.
Yeah.
Okay.
Juarez.
And
Hola. ¿Cómo
You
estás?
can call me Mel or Melanie.
Melanie and your last name?
Gasparyan.
Gasparyan. Okay. Beautiful. Well, welcome on the show, ladies.
Thank you.
Thank you for sitting there so patiently.
I
I
know.
enjoyed it.
Right?
Okay.
So far, okay, let's just take a quick roll. Do you agree with me on based of what I said, or do you agree with the ladies that were here? Ding, dong, ding,
I would
dong.
say it's like half and half.
Half and half?
Yeah.
I would
Yeah.
say
Sometimes I
80-20. Ladies
80-20.
80.
Yeah.
Lady,
Yeah.
Sorry, boo.
I like you better, half and half. So 80-20, ladies 80.
I mean, the relationship I have is kind of different than most relationships. So I
Tell
think
me
that's
about
like
your
half and half.
relationship.
I don't know. He like plays the role like you guys are talking about. He does dishes. He's very clean. He does like everything you would want him to do. So I mean, I can't complain. I can't say I'm looking for that or I get upset about that because that's not a thing I really get upset about. If anything, he gets upset at me for not being super clean.
Well, I have that
Oh,
issue
wow.
too.
Yeah.
No, I have
What?
that issue too. I'm super clean. I do dishes, I clean, I do the bed, and I get mad when things are not in order. I'm not obsessive about it, though.
I think it's
I just
still an
like
OCD.
things to be clean. Yeah.
I think it's an OCD for like men. If I see kind of a cleanness, it's not far depth in OCD, but it's a type.
No, I don't think
Slight
it's
one.
OCD. I think it's just being clean. I think guys want to be clean too. I mean, not only girls clean, guys want to be clean. Not every man drops his drawers and walks away, and leaves piles of them.
Okay, maybe like a level of cleansiness. Like
Right. If he's like sitting there scrubbing, I'd say that's an issue. Right? So you have, are you married?
I'm engaged.
You're engaged. How long you been engaged?
Let me see the ring. Let me see the ring.
Ooh.
Okay.
January. We
That's a
proposed me
nice
in
ring.
Are you
Paris.
too, right?
No. Just a boyfriend.
Okay. Boyfriend, are you watching?
So did he share his finances with you, and this is why you chose that ring?
No. It wasn't like that in the beginning. Yeah, it wasn't like that in the beginning. Now, I mean, we live together. We bought a house together. I mean, we talk about our finances. I mean, I'm sure I don't know everything, but I know like the gist of it.
Do you
think-
prefer to know everything?
Actually, no.
No.
I don't need to know.
I
Well,
like
that-
her,
that's really a
actually.
good point. That's a really good question. Why don't you want to know everything?
I mean, we have to keep our lives separate because, I mean, I don't want anything to happen, but if something were to happen, I still want to be able to be like, well, this is my personal, like, stuff that you still didn't know about me. Not, like, hiding anything, but, like, me.
It's better to
Yes.
have your own,
Yes.
basically.
And for him, too, like, I wouldn't want him to think, like, oh, she knows every little thing about me.
Mm.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah. Like
I do.
Mel.
So Mel, do you think? I'm sorry. Go ahead, Abby.
Like Mel, as me, her boyfriend doesn't need to be included in her clothing line. Jenya. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, this
Why-
is true.
So he's not
Sure.
included in your business.
I do, because he's been in the industry, so it's kind of different with us. He understands it, but not everything, like how everything should run.
Yeah.
It would be just a confirmation, like this is what's going to happen.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you guys don't think being with a man, right? Sharing your life with him, sleeping with him,
Mm-hmm.
doing everything with him. There's certain things that they shouldn't know, but yet you want to build a life with this person. And this is really kind of where it opens up about relationships, right? So if you feel that you keep certain things away, don't you think that would eventually create issues?
Well, it's not like
Well,
major
it depends, right?
thing.
I don't think the things that you're keeping away are things that will cause issues.
Yeah.
Secretive like
Yeah.
that. It's just more, you have your space, I have mine, like just like we have our girls' night, you have your boys' night.
Mm-hmm.
It would kind of be the same.
I mean, we're individuals. We're each individuals. We come together, we share, but we're still individuals. We still have our own things to do.
I've been trying to convince my girlfriend we're one.
Really? We'll see. We'll hear.
I've been
from
trying
her.
to convince her we're one. We're not individuals. We're one. We're one unit. In all that we do, we're one.
I'm not going to lie, I had a problem in the beginning because I'm very well, we're together. We do everything together. But now I'm kind of like,
Letting go a
yeah,
little
like,
bit.
you're right. We should have our own space and we should do our own thing.
Absolutely, I agree with that. I mean, not everything you have to do together, because you need to be able to have your me time. See, like 60-70% of marriages ends up in divorce.
Mm-hmm.
You need to be able to prepare yourself when that time comes,
Right.
because in general, men are pigs. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Hey, I'm just joking.
Is that how it be? Oink?
She
Is
just
it-
went straight to the hammer.
No, but I'm just saying, it's good. I think I would empower women to do that, actually, to prepare for
If men are
divorce.
pigs, why do women allow men to call them bitches? Why do you guys answer to that? Why do you succumb to that?
Oh, no.
I
I
don't.
don't
No,
answer
we
that.
don't.
No.
I
We
don't.
don't.
I'm
It's
not
not
talking
even allowed to
about
be played with.
you. I'm just talking women in general,
In
right? This is
general?
not personal specific to you guys, but women in general. Why have we become in an era to where it's acceptable for in our music, in our movies, in our songs, women are degraded to bitches, and they dance to it, and they're grooving to the stupid songs that degrade women. So why is it acceptable?
That's a really hard question. I guess it's.
But it's a
because
good
it's
It's a
question,
social.
right?
personal thing, yeah.
I think it just happened over
Individual.
time and it just kind of.
So why
social,
don't
you're right,
women-
social.
Yeah, because of social media. Because that if someone calls me bitches, oh God, I don't know.
You called me a bitch earlier, and I'm not even a bitch.
No, there's a difference between hi biatch
Oh,
and
biatch.
You gotta switch the word around, play with it.
Okay.
Biatch is different.
Okay, all right, that's cool.
That means there's a love into it.
Yes, so the biatch, it's
Biatch,
okay.
it's
All right,
okay.
that's cool. It's acceptable.
But the
I mean, if
bitch
a
is
man
the-
loves and respects you or wants to wife you, I don't think they would ever allow themselves to call you that.
Right. But why, as women in general, in society, have accepted it? Why don't they rise up? Why don't they say, we will not listen to that stupid song or dance to it? I don't care how cool the beat is if you're degrading women and calling them bitches. And we are the women you're talking about, and you're dancing to it. And you're making it alive, and you're listening to it, and you're buying the albums, and it's growing. So if
All
women...
I can say is sit down, be humble. I don't think I don't
I love her.
I don't think you have I don't think there's like a right answer to it.
There's no
Because it's
answer.
because social media, what's degrading, and they make it cool.
I think we can't
So
speak
good-
for all the women because, I mean, there's probably some women that are like, I don't listen to that. Like,
Yeah.
But most, because of social media, like, that's what's trending. So almost everybody
Oh.
listens to that.
Because the background music is more interesting than the words. There you go. This is from Nikki, baby. Mwah.
Nikki, we love you, baby. She's so smart.
I know. There
She's
you
so
go.
smart.
That's
You're
your
so
answer.
wise. And thank you for answering that.
Yes,
but
I'm
it's
sorry.
still, Nikki, it's still degrading women. And even though the music, and this is why they make the beat so amazing and the background music is so amazing, so they can sneak those words in there. And subliminally, we're creating a whole new class of women that have accepted that.
That's true.
But I mean,
Nikki?
if you ask someone the
Yeah.
lyrics, I doubt anybody really knows the lyrics. Like, if you go
That's
on
true.
to the song, you're like, oh, wow, they said that? Like,
Because
I
the
have no
reason why
idea.
we dance because of the beat of the music. Really.
Right.
There's a song that I hate. And
Despacito?
it's no, that's a cute song. But did you see my little video on that?
I know.
Yeah?
Oh my god, I was laughing. It's like, Mo, thank you for posting that. That should have been viral. I'm gonna share it to everyone later.
I hate that song.
I love that song.
I
It's
hate
like
that
catchy,
song.
but it gets annoying.
Yeah.
Well, it's catchy, but something happened on the way to work one day, and I
Please
It's
tell us
scarred
the
you.
story.
Shit,
Scarred
can I
you
tell
for
him the
life.
story? Can
Of
I share?
course.
Okay, so we're driving, Katya and I, we're driving in the car, and I was talking to her, and she goes, shh, 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 shh. I'm like, oh, what happened? She rolls down the window, pulls out her phone, and they're like, hey, what's going on? She's like, shh. And I hate that, by the way. I hate when somebody goes, shh. I'm like, what? Are you kidding me? What are you shushing me for? Right? And she pulls out her phone, and she's like, trying to do this. And I'm like, what are you doing? And I didn't. Of course, this is the time, Vanessa, when, we should know what our woman is doing. You're like, okay, take a back seat, relax, let her
Yeah.
do her thing. But I'm very aggressive
Just play
sometimes in my
along.
Probably
personality.
Snapchat.
So she's like, shh. And I'm like, ask her. Just ask her to turn it up. Just if that's what you want, just ask. And she's like, forget about it. I'm like, why? She was like, I was trying to do a story of somebody listening to Despacito. And I'm like, oh, God damn. You shushed me for that? We went through a whole 5 minutes of shush, so you can do that. And then I went off on a tangent about Despacito, and she filmed it and posted it.
I know, but I love that video. Let's talk about business, guys.
Oh,
What do you do? Tell us what you do.
Well, I have a personal training business called Fit Labs Training, and I also work with my fiance. We have a modeling agency. It's mainly his, but I kind of do all the hard work because I rather work with the girls. There are like a whole bunch of them. You know how girls are, so I deal with that. But for the most part, I run my modeling company. My fitness company Monday through Friday. So that's where most of my time is. I train all my clients during the week, and I train at home.
It shows.
Oh, well, thank you. It became like an obsession. Like, I went from just being an athlete, and then I stopped, and then gym was like my life. Like, that's all I did. I was there like 3 times a day. And at Gold's Gym, everybody knew me. I was always there. No, everybody knew not to bug me, and it would just turn around into like a business because everybody wanted to train with me.
See?
wow. That's
That's
cool.
amazing.
That's amazing.
Maybe we should sign up.
Yes, I know. I'm growing some love handles. Like 4 of them.
I'm going for the 22-pack.
Which is Mel can solve that. She can like basically dress me with something that it just hides it.
Oh.
Well, let's talk about your clothing company.
Well, I have a store now in Westfield, Well, I had it in Westville Valencia Mall, and we just moved to Topanga Mall.
Nice.
So yeah, I now also have my own clothing line.
Are you in the Westfield Topanga Mall, the new
Yes.
village, in the village?
At the actual mall.
Oh, at the
right
actual
by
mall.
Cheesecake, like when you enter, it's right there.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's been really good. My line is ready to launch my own collection. That's gonna happen soon, so a lot of good things for the brand.
Awesome. What's it called?
It's called Jenya. Jhenya.
And that is women only?
We have unisex. We're carrying a brand called Defend. They used to be at Kitson. A lot of celebrity-based clientele with that one. I have men coming in, but eventually online will carry men. Yeah.
Oh, very cool. All right, I like it.
Yeah,
Katia,
and I do have
that would be
kids,
our
7 to 14-year-old kids.
our
for now,
hangout
too.
place, Jenya. We
Jenya.
have to go. Enjoy. We're going there.
So back to women.
Back to women. Let's talk about women.
Back to woman. You know, it's a man's world, right? You guys know that?
No.
No.
Never,
Never.
ever. It's always the woman's world.
No. No.
It's I
James
don't
Brown.
know if you know.
James
Beyonce,
Brown
who
sang the
loves
song. It's a man's world.
That's
Right?
not true. At the end of the day, we're the one who makes you happy. So it's technically,
But,
It's a-
but let me
it's
finish.
always the
It's a
woman's
man's
world.
world, but we can't live without the woman.
no, that's not true. I don't believe. I will never believe on that.
You don't think it's a man's world?
No.
So how are women? And I know, look, we've advanced quite a bit because I didn't like the mentality of, where they put the woman in the home, pregnant, raising the kids, cooking, and that basically was a woman's role in society for many, many years, with the exception of a few women that fought, along the way and succeeded in what they wanted to do.
Right.
But now it is absolutely fair game.
Fair.
Right?
Yeah. It's
So
equal.
do you still see out there the sexist war, if you will, in the job industry? I mean, do you guys have any issue, your clothing line or your training, or do you have any issues where if you're training and there's another guy training there, do you have any issues with him going, I can train better, I'm a guy?
No, not at all, because I feel like my training is for women mostly, so I don't even train men. So even if they thought that, we train differently. So, I mean,
Yeah.
I could run it this way and still be as successful as you are, just doing something different.
And that's really true, by the way.
Yeah.
That's a good point. Women train differently, and you understand a woman's body. And being an athlete and a trainer, you can train women better than guys can train women.
I mean, it depends on like what level the woman's trying to get to,
Okay.
Because if a woman's trying to do bodybuilding, then maybe a man, that's trying to get her more bulky, will train her better than a woman. I mean, unless the woman is experienced in the bodybuilding. But like in that case, I'm not like the trainer you'd want to be with, because I don't do bodybuilding and I won't get you there. I'll get you lean and nice where you want to be, where most women want to be in shape. But that's why I say we do it differently and we do it well.
Is this why women don't cook anymore?
Yeah, because there's plenty of restaurants now.
Yes.
And even Uber can drop food to you.
Yes.
But why do you need to Uber food? I mean, seriously. Why do we need to Uber food? What happened to cooking? What happened to having a meal at home, at 6:30 when both people get home? And I'm not saying a woman should cook only. I love cooking. So, but what happened to that? Why don't women insist on that more often?
I'm going to be honest, I grew up pretty spoiled, so I never really learned how to cook. My mom never forced me, She was just like, oh, you don't want to cook? It's okay, honey, just sit down. We'll get it ready. So, I mean, I don't cook. The only thing I cook is like meal prep, and at that point, it's kind of bland and boring. But I'll cook it.
You'll cook,
I'll
right?
do
It's like
it.
broccoli and chicken.
Yeah, if you want.
Steam it.
I still like to cook once in a while when I get the chance, but it's just for some reason, it's better to just go out. I don't smell the food at home.
No?
No, I don't like to smell food inside the house.
Plus, it's a different era. We all work the same,
Yeah.
long hours. If you're not home all day, you just don't want to be, you're tired.
You don't want to
wanna
cook for yourself.
Yeah, we forget to eat
Yeah.
sometimes.
It's not just about cooking either. Then you have to clean up the mess.
Yeah.
And that adds more time. And it's like by the time I get to rest, you're tired. You're extremely tired. And then they want like for you to pay attention to them sometimes, and you're like, you're kind of taking the man role, like, ugh. I don't want to like. I just want to go to sleep.
Yeah, but it's like the problem is, you know, here I'm not complaining about this country actually. We're here. We're basically here to work, almost. Well, the majority, like a lot of I've talked to a couple of people that are.
You mean in America?
Yeah, in America.
Oh, we live in a very competitive world here in America, and whether men or women, we constantly, compete, and everything that we watch keeps us driven towards that competition.
Right.
Always.
Absolutely.
So that being said, I want to dive into different sectors of our society. Okay. And this has become, I think, a huge epidemic. What I'm about to say.
We're all scared.
Huge epidemic. Why do women need to have so much Botox? Why do they love the needle? Why do they need to always be shot up? Look, beauty, in my opinion, is on the inside, and it shows, by the way, for men can recognize you don't have to be drop dead gorgeous, to turn heads. Beauty comes from the inside, right? Mm-hmm. So why do women all of a sudden have the need to
do
Botox?
Just,
to be that,
Girl, you're asking the wrong women.
Keeps
We
you
don't
fresh.
have it.
and young.
No, none of you guys have it. I get that.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about general questions. We're talking about women. So I want a woman's opinion.
I believe it's just a trend.
If any of you had Botox, I would never bring up the question.
I think it's a trend. It's like it's what's trending right now. That's just like before boob job was trending. Now it's Botox and the popping lip popping stuff.
So are small boobs back in, or still big?
No, that's
boobs?
just like a thing
still
now.
big boobs. No.
Huh? It's still big boobs?
Yes.
It's just acceptable now. It's like been done so many years. Like, oh, you have your boobs done? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Like,
Right?
not a big
Yeah.
deal. But
No,
get your
if
butt done,
your
it's like,
lips looks like a duck.
I think even girls walk around, they go, oh my God, look, you want to see my boobs? I just got them done.
They're new.
No, it's like so. Like
Yeah, I'm like, yeah.
At a time.
Like a long time ago, I was like, oh yeah, my God, let me see your boobs. You just got them done. Now it's like, ew, I don't want to see your boobs. You just got, it's
not ew.
But, ew. I think a woman is absolutely gorgeous naturally. Unless you have a medical issue that you need to make a change, I think women
Because you got
are
lucky your
absolutely.
girlfriend has natural.
But I think I think all girls should go be natural, and I think men love that. There's a few men exceptions.
I disagree with that because I see it as the reason why women get it done. It's because they see their men or like whoever they're dating, or whether it's just a date, they're liking those pictures of the girls that have the fake butts and the big lips and all the Botox. So then they're seeing that and saying like, oh well, if that's what you like, then let me get it too. I see kind of like that.
No, it could be. Yeah, that's.
But sometimes guys like to look at things, but not want to be with those. You know what I'm saying? I mean, just.
Oh yeah, let's talk about looking. Actually, what do you like to look at? Katya.
Guys gave us eyes. We look. I'm not blind. I love beauty. I enjoy beauty. And if I see a beautiful woman, I'll actually point it out to my girlfriend and go, oh my God, look, she's gorgeous. She has beautiful eyes. And if she sees a good looking guy, she'll point him out. I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
For me, I think there's nothing wrong with like doing Botox. If you feel good about yourself, just keep, do it.
Just do it.
Yeah. Just do it.
Whatever makes you happy.
Whatever makes you happy, whatever makes you feel beautiful, do it. But for some reason, the people that actually overdoing it, that's dangerous.
But that's what I'm thinking. Are we selling to women the image of beauty that needs to be with Botox, needs to be with implanted eyebrows, needs to be with, all this extra stuff that you have to do to remain beautiful, and then the next new thing comes out, and then you have to do that, and then the next new thing. So
we live in a society where it's like economic too. I mean, look at how much money people are putting into this, like how much it is for Botox and for surgeries and for makeup and for hair products, and the price just keeps going up and up. Like just to get like a blush, it's like $50, $60, maybe even $100, depending what brand you get.
Right.
So it's just the economics. It's just the cycle.
Pretty much.
Crazy cycle. So another cycle that I'm seeing and I'm just asking these random questions.
He's so
because
Menstrual
scared.
cycle.
I want to know women. I want to get to know them, right?
Yes.
Don't you want to know?
Please do.
Okay. Now, I know since we've been sitting here and I've been watching, okay, with the exception of the gentleman to my right, because I know he's busy, every woman is on her phone. So,
Oh my God.
here's a question for you.
We are busy with our businesses.
I know, I get that. But I'm not even talking about that. So social media has become a wildfire, right? Why do girls, women, want to take pictures, selfies? Why the selfies? Why so many selfies? Oh my God, why? How many selfies can you guys put out there? And why do you need to show the world yourself in the bikini, you laying down, you standing up, you in the kitchen, you wearing a hat, you without a hat?
This is the whole point why we.
So
We
I want to
wanna show-
understand. I want to understand the woman's,
in general, I
philosophical thought process
think
behind
we
that.
wanna show the world that how perfect we are.
How
in
perfect you
general.
are. Okay.
But not
So
really.
so when you're okay.
Not really, yeah. Not
But
really.
not really.
But
It's
see,
just
that's
like-
the point. So you want to show the world you're perfect, but not really. What do you think?
I mean, in my personal opinion, as a fitness, like I work really hard. So if I work out really hard, I want to show it off. Like I'm not working
Absolutely.
just
There
to
you
have
go.
it.
You are an exception because you're a trainer. You work on bodies, so you do want to show your work. Your body is your work.
Yeah,
Right?
exactly. I
Cool.
gotta sell myself.
You are absolute exception to that, right? So how about all the girls?
Shit, I
Nikki
don't get
again.
the selfies too.
Yeah, thank you, Nikki. I'm like getting a fan
we're
right now.
gonna bring her in next.
So she doesn't get the selfies. So not you. This is your business. So how about the one that is not a fitness trainer? Why does she need to show herself at the beach, lying down with her girlfriends, the duck lips?
I think they're looking for someone to like find them, like whether it's a friend or
Attention, baby. It's
exactly.
about attention.
Which brings
Which
okay.
brings, whether it's good or bad, hey, we're out there. Hello.
You see me. I know you
see
do.
me. I'm
You
not
see
invisible.
me.
Yes.
Exactly.
You know?
So
Art.
Mel,
It's like
Yeah.
photography,
Yeah.
art.
or
With all the abs and everything, a picture is beautiful now. So technically, it's like an art.
Yeah, why not
Like a
show it?
photographer.
but you guys don't take. I'm
We have
sorry.
so
I'm really
many
getting into
different
this,
ways.
but I want you guys to dig deeper. I don't want just one word answers. So these filters that you have on your phone, right? So not only do you take a natural picture and post it, no, you got to widen your eyes, smallen your nose, bigger your lips, fix your eyebrows, and then you post it.
You know, it's fun to look a certain way without, like we said, going back to Botox. These filters do that for you, and why not have
Why
fun
not
doing
use
that?
it?
Yeah. Sometimes you could be you, and sometimes you could be the filter.
I could be the Barbie or something.
Yes.
So
I could be like I have like dreadlocks hair and all of these things. These filters are
So if you
really
ever
fun.
wonder what we would look like, you know, like I wonder what she would look like with big eyes. Now you know.
Yeah.
okay, and I really wanted to ask this of everybody that was here. So if you're married or you have a boyfriend, steady boyfriend, you've been dating, you're going to get married, right? And you're posting these pictures of nothing bad. They're just naked, half-naked pictures of the world to see. Do you think that's acceptable? Is that okay when you're in a relationship, a steady relationship? Because I think for the most part, you're doing it to get attention, right? It's art.
Is
it's
it
attention.
okay with you?
No, I'm not talking about me. I'm just talking in general.
Because this is.
Oh, you're
women
asking
versus-
me if
yes.
it's okay with me?
Katya.
No, it's not okay with me, actually. And I have a reason behind that. I have a very specific reason. If you're looking for attention and you got the attention of one man that absolutely loves you, right, and is with you, then what other attention are you seeking? If you want to post yourself next to your car in a dress, you know, something, you're at a birthday party, I think that's totally cool. I think everybody does it. Men, women, they all do that. But for girls to do 1,000 selfies and
With
constantly post in every possible position, okay, there was a video
I know. a
on
couple of them.
Instagram. I'm not going to name them, but you know her. I know her. A few people know her. She was doing an exercise video,
Yeah.
and I promise you, it was
Yeah.
it was the most provocative, more come do me video, okay, than I've ever. It's like,
It's scary. For
It's
me,
like-
it's like,
it's
oh
like
my God, I
porn.
wonder what her husband thinks about this video.
but it's like soft porn,
Yeah.
okay. And so why is that acceptable? Why is that acceptable to women? Why do they think that's acceptable? And are they thinking about it?
Me, when I post something, I always think.
Yeah.
But I haven't posted anything like cray.
If I see anything on you, Abby, we're gonna have a talk.
Okay. I haven't posted anything like cray.
No.
But, yeah. No.
Yeah,
Not
But,
yet.
but honestly, why do you think girls are doing it out there? Isn't it for the attention?
Well, my fiance and I, we run a modeling agency together, so that's like what we see.
Right.
And when we started dating, I was like in that scene. I did the modeling. I was in bikinis. I was in lingerie. So, and he was around models that were in bikinis and in lingerie. So it worked for us because we're accepting it. You know we love each other, but I'm accepting you to be around these girls because that's what they do. That's, and
That's your business.
You accept me because, I'm a model as well. So it kind of works both ways. When it comes down to the attention thing, I mean, social media, if you're smart, you can use it to make money. It's like a business. So if you're selling yourself, I'm not sure, for some girls it's not a way they want to make money, but for a lot of our models, just the more followers they have, they make more money. They could be working the same bookings, but they make more money. So one girl that has 10,000 and one girl that has like 400,000, like she makes like 200 more just because.
So you're saying sex sells?
Yes.
It does.
Right?
Oh my
It does.
God.
It's always no.
It's
I
the number
got
one
it.
business in the world.
I got
and
it.
will
Sex.
always
It's
be.
always. It's been the
Yeah.
oldest business in
Yeah.
the world. Absolutely, I get it. Sex sells. But should every? I mean, is this what we're driven to do now in social media? That we're geared towards the money making part of it. Okay?
Absolutely. That's what they're for.
Okay. But
If
that's
you're
in
on-
their profession, though. So if you are running an agency, a modeling agency, and you're a trainer, and I totally get that. I understand that. I'm talking about the girls that don't do that.
I agree. If you are just doing it just to do it and you're not, commercializing it and you're just
Doing
I don't understand either. I see I
That
see a
means
few
there's
girls and I'm
something
like,
wrong with you.
she doesn't do anything. She doesn't have a job. She doesn't model. She has kids and she's not doing anything. Then that makes me question, like, why?
Why are you doing
Yeah.
that,
But I
right?
can't answer for her because I'm not
Right.
her.
Yeah.
What do you think, Mel?
I don't understand it either. I don't know.
Am I right in my thinking, or am I wrong as a man to think that?
No, you're right. I mean, I'm all about social media myself. Like, I do post, but there's limits to it. Like, through social media, someone shouldn't know your whole life.
Right.
Like, we use it for business. I have clothes, so that's completely
Sure.
different, but it still doesn't mean you have to be naked
Yeah.
which is everybody's business. It's not right or wrong.
Of course.
But
I'm just asking. I poke
Yeah.
questions. I'm here to poke at it, right?
Yeah.
To raise a controversy.
yeah,
Okay.
I don't understand it either. And the following thing too, it's like you get paid, you buy followers, you might not even have it, and it's just a game.
Yeah. Now, if you have over 100,000 followers on your Instagram, you can actually make money from.
You can
for
make
it.
money from it.
Yeah.
Regardless if you have any talent or
Regardless.
not,
Absolutely.
whether this is your business or not, it doesn't matter.
If you have
Yeah.
a following, they're like, she has a following.
Yeah.
Let me give her some free items. She'll promote for me. Let me pay her. She's
It's the
going to do this for
business.
me.
Yeah.
Just take a sexy picture. That's the most
Yeah.
often. Take
Take
sexy picture.
pictures with my
Uh,
t-shirt company.
Yes.
Oh,
I
you're good.
may be old-fashioned then in my thinking, but I think we're prostituting society.
Well, did you just notice that?
No, I didn't just notice that. Hello, I'm pointing it out. Hello. So everybody can see it. But we are prostituting society.
It
Right.
is wrong. I mean,
it's a
in my
wrong way
perspective,
of
but
seeing it, but
Why is it a wrong way? So what's next? Look, I had this discussion the other day with some really intelligent people, and we debated this, and I wanted to bring it up on the show. So what's next? Where do we go? Where do we stop? So what's next on our social media? So if it's okay, then
Prostitution still.
right. So
Well,
so
there's like
Forever.
porn. There's porn on social media.
Yeah.
There's,
Yeah,
like,
of
there's
course.
sites and stuff.
Right.
It's
I mean,
crazy.
and that's even more open. Even the strip clubs are more open. I see like girls posting that they're strippers, and I'm like, what? When?
Yeah.
When's that? Was that acceptable to tell people? Like to me, I'm like, okay, now, not that you're being judged, but I thought that was always a secret.
oh,
like
porn
okay.
stars are stars now.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
like respected, and there's nothing wrong with the profession, by the way. I'm not knocking the profession down. That's your business.
Just do
But
you.
so where do we put a stop as a society, or is it okay and acceptable to continually to just go with the flow because it's social media and everyone's
I
doing
think
it?
because people entertain it. Like if it's not into your, it's not clothing, it's not fitness, whatever. And if you have just a regular, who doesn't do it for money, do it. If you're liking it, commenting it, googly eyes, you're entertaining it. So next time it's gonna be more. So if you don't like it, don't entertain it.
Next
So
time,
they say,
the only
like I
thing
was
that's
talking about
covered-
the songs then, right?
The next time that's only covered, like just like in the tits part.
Pasty.
Just the
Yes.
nipple.
I mean, that's-
Pasty.
Like a
I mean,
little
they have
tape.
shirts now that you walk around with your nipples out.
Yeah.
You know, and I see it, and
It's what's in now.
yeah, like Rihanna, she always wears dresses like that, and people see that, and the younger generation is going
They
to
wanna
pick up
go
on it.
do the
Yeah.
same thing.
And
I
people
hope
start
not.
selling the clothing, and then there's like so many lace outfits and so many like chain outfits that you're supposed to show your nipples, but some girls wear the top under because it looks cute, but there's girls that wear it like that, and you walk around and you're seeing their nipples, like that's trending.
All right. Well, I guess I'll never get my questions answered.
You'll never do.
I'll never do. Well, I'm just trying to make a difference in society.
maybe we'll-
And I
we'll-
don't want to go with the flow. I don't want to go with the flow. And even though the flow is this, but I think it's dangerous, and it's going to get to a point where our society has absolutely zero morals.
I
Zero,
think it's
because
mostly
everything
in
will
LA,
be acceptable.
though. Like if you go somewhere else, and
If you go to Maryland,
yeah, you walk
Yep.
around in little shorts, or little outfits we wear out here in LA, they'll be like, "What are you
What the
doing? Put
heck?"
some clothes on."
yeah.
You know.
So you really think it's more LA? But
Yes,
social media is
definitely.
not geographically
But
controlled.
Hollywood.
mostly it's in LA. Most of
Hollywood.
the models I know are from LA. Everybody from Hollywood, they're out there. It's okay. Everything you do is okay. You do porn, cool. We're friends. It doesn't matter.
Doesn't
Yeah.
matter.
But you go somewhere else, they're like, "Whoa, you do porn? Like, get out of my house!" Like,
Yeah.
I don't
you
want to
can't be-
know you.
Exactly.
Pretty much.
And go, well, do you want to be my friend on Instagram?
Follow me.
Follow me. I
Will you follow me
don't
at
have to like
least?
me.
I think from a different perspective, I think maybe we should bring in Ben to actually answer
I
that
want
question.
Ben. All right, ladies, thank you so much for
Thank
being
you
on the
so
show.
much.
Thanks
Big
for having
applause
us.
for you guys.
And Kateryna.
And we're also going to bring in Kateryna Tyshchenko,
Baby K.
Baby
Hi, Baby
K.
K.
All right, so Kateryna is the president and CEO of
So
Mocha Nair
warm.
Club.
Hi, baby.
Oh, she can't hear me. Sorry, I did this whole introduction for you.
I can hear you.
Hi.
Hello.
Thank you for being on the show.
Of course.
And Ben,
Oh, the new transplant to LA from those small areas of America.
so you can answer that question
I
for
can.
us.
I think he can.
Yes.
All right. Is it like this everywhere else?
No.
No.
No. I love LA. LA, and don't take this the wrong way, it's so self-centered.
Oh, we
It's
are.
amazing.
Yeah.
It's amazing because in Ohio, everyone was in your business. Everybody. All the time.
Really?
Example.
They're all up in your Instagram.
So, for example, the house that I lived in, I was renting, and there was a thunderstorm and a branch fell down on it. So they hired a crew to come out, remove it, fix it, everything like that. There was a line of 19 people on my street of like 40 houses. 19 people had walked up to see what was going on.
Well, it's a cul-de-sac. I would walk up and see what's going on if a tree fell, right?
Oh, yeah, until later on the mailman asked me if the fire was okay.
Well, you know where that comes from, Ben? Boredom.
I just called it game of telephone.
Eh?
Sometimes it's fun to play, sometimes you don't even realize what's going on. Yeah.
They're just bored. Kateryna, you've been listening?
Yeah, I've been listening.
All right. Do you agree or disagree with some of the things that were said by me or the women?
Not the women. You, sometimes.
Whoa.
No, I'm just
Bring it.
kidding.
No, I know.
Pretty much,
You
yeah,
better be
pretty
kidding.
much agree.
Do you? With who? Half and half?
Half and half.
Or like
Depends
Mel,
on,
80-20?
It depends on the topic. Yeah? If you want to start over and over again, we can go over.
Well, I actually would like to ask you a few questions. I want to ask Ben a few questions. Ben, tell us a little bit about what you do.
So right now, I'm doing freelance makeup. I did Abby this morning. Been in the field for like 9 years and just exploring LA. I moved here for love, you know, that classic story. But it's that really good opportunity you have to reinvent yourself. So
looking for love in all the
I
wrong
found
places.
it.
Oh, you did?
It. Most definitely.
Oh, wonderful.
Yes.
Okay.
He found an angel.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, do tell.
This is awkward because we met
Okay.
through work.
Okay, don't tell then.
Don't tell.
Yeah.
Don't
Let's
tell.
stick to the women, okay? Women
For
are more
sure.
important.
They are the number one priority.
Yes.
Yeah, no, don't go there, Ben. All right, wink, wink. Okay.
Oh, this is Twitch.
Yeah,
This is
you're right.
Twitch, actually. Sorry. Sometimes.
So, what parts did you not agree with, Kateryna? Be careful.
Ooh, is this like tequila time? Is that
Can
that
I
look?
see
I
it?
think
Think
it's
so.
tequila time.
Is this the awkward moment?
Is it okay?
I want to skip this part.
I'm kidding.
No, seriously. I mean, you heard all the questions, right? If you'd like.
I was like half on my phone, half the question. So if you want to go over the question,
what you're saying is you ignored us.
maybe.
Oh, okay, cool. So, oh God, I don't want to. I should have asked this question. I had so many questions. Okay, so,
I heard something about like trash and dishes, so I didn't like that
Yeah,
part.
you don't like?
you didn't like that part.
Why don't
No,
I
it was
just,
cool. I think men should-
as the
should
token,
really help us
gay
out.
man here. Let me translate. 'Cause
You're
we all-
gay?
I know it's God's joke.
Yeah.
No,
know,
you
to
are
women.
happy.
I know, I am
Right.
very, very. But so I think it's all about validation. Do you validate the words coming out of my mouth? Do you hear them? Because if someone says, "Oh, would you take out the trash?" and you're busy and you don't want to do it, and you just say, "Babe, I heard you. Like, let me finish what I'm doing, and then I would love to take the trash out for you." Do you love it?
Well, it's communication. Actually.
Yeah.
Right, but it's validating that you had a request and I acknowledged it compared to it looks like you've just been sitting there for an hour and you didn't even give two craps what I
You're
said before.
absolutely right, by the way. Validation
That's-
is the most important
Yeah.
thing. Thank
That
you for
is
bringing that
correct.
up.
Thanks.
I've been sitting here trying to, wreck my brain of that word, and
You're trying
yeah,
to get it out of me. Hello, I don't. I'm from a different country.
But you're absolutely right, Ben. Validation.
And
Men and women both need
Agreed.
validation.
That's
But men need the ego validated, whereas
Right.
women need the emotions validated.
correct.
oh
Absolutely.
my God.
Yeah.
I think yeah. Okay.
Well, that's what
I
we've
told
been
you
saying.
that's why I'm Google translating the situation.
Yes.
Because he exercises both parts of his
Yes.
brain, actually.
Oh, I had to.
Right?
Yeah.
I had to learn that one though.
Yeah. Your emotion and your logic.
Some days.
Some days.
Some
Which
days.
one is
Sometimes.
stronger for you?
Oh, emotion, hardcore.
You definitely.
Yeah, I grew
You're
up with
more
a-
on the feminine side.
I'm a Pisces. Nah, I see. Ooh, there's a stereotype for you. Why does feminine
No,
or
I didn't
masculine
say it.
matter?
I
Why
didn't-
is emotion feminine?
Because emotion, it's been known that women are emotion driven and men are logically driven. I mean, it's just a fact. It's how we're made up. So it's not a stereotype. It's a physiological fact. So
No,
there's-
some men are very emotional, by the way.
Yeah.
No. I'm not, there are exceptions in life on both sides of it, of course.
Absolutely.
And there's a lot of women that are extremely logical and very, I think Vanessa, who was here earlier, I think she is
She's
more
very
logical.
logical.
She's more logical and more driven.
Which is easy to deal with, because when you're dealing with emotions, you never know what to expect. It
See,
can
but
be like
Yeah.
I feel like
this,
there's a
it can be
difference.
like this, whatever part of her brain is gonna snap this time. But when it's logic, it's just logic. It's
It's easy.
It's easy.
would
It's easy
suggest
to predict.
Balance it. Balance.
I always say logic when it deals with money, emotion when it deals with love.
not always.
Yeah. I get emotional about money sometimes.
Because it depends how much shoes you bought.
When I
just
look at
gonna
my
say
bank
that
account, it makes me happy. I get emotional.
And then when you go shopping,
Then when I go, then
And when
I
you
go
give your
shopping, I
credit
get
card to your girlfriend, then you get emotional again.
super emotional, almost to tears.
I mean, I would be excited. Be like, I can't wait to help her carry the bags in tonight.
Absolutely.
You're
Because
a
you just
nice
bought
Yes.
something
We have
else.
carried them.
You probably like shopping yourself, right?
Not Not so much, really. No, I buy in like bulk at one time. If I need new suits or new shirts, I commit a day and I just go do it, get it done.
You walk in, you go, right? Yeah, that's what. That's my shopping. I know what I want.
Yeah.
I go get it and get out.
And
right?
Like when women are different, we want to go shopping every weekend.
So here's the issue, though. Women's departments are like 10 times bigger. There's 1,000 more selections.
Because they're emotional.
I didn't say that.
I'm saying that. I'll say it 100 more times.
Enjoy the car ride home.
Yeah, she'll love it because I'm saying it right. They're emotional. This is why they have to try on the blouse. This is what they got to look at it. They got to make them feel good. It's an emotional bit. You and I look at a shirt, size 15, 33. I'll take it.
Right.
That's it. It's a logical thought process. So they are very emotional. This is why the
not
women
when you pick the glasses, though.
No, I was emotional about that.
That's understandable, though.
You guys like my new glasses? I just got them. You like them?
Mm-hmm.
She picked them.
I like it.
Yeah.
It's cute.
She said my old glasses were old style, and I need to.
That I can agree.
They
and
had,
she said,
they had to go.
They had to go. And she said I need a new Instagram.
Really?
Yeah, I need just to sign up on Instagram.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll follow you.
Will you?
Yeah.
Will you? That's so cool.
You have a follower.
Yes. Unpaid follower too. There we go. Right?
How many more do I need to
You're
get
gonna
paid?
put some makeup, and say, "Oh, this is Valentine."
99,000.
8,000 is the minimum.
I thought it was
99,000.
Oh, you need 99,900.
So will you tell a friend to follow me?
Oh, I don't have any. I thought you were going to be mine.
Here we go. All right.
I thought we were co-validating.
I'll follow you. You follow me.
Co-validating.
Well, my mom, she follows me too. It's a great time.
What will you post?
I'll
Probably,
follow
you know,
you.
pictures of
will you
food.
2 followers now.
Cool. Will you tell a friend?
I will follow you.
I'll tell my mom to follow you.
Everyone.
Hey, I just got like 8 followers right now.
Yes.
I started it. There you go.
I'm 89,910.
You're getting closer. That's all.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. So, question: why do women stress out about everything, and then internally take it out on everyone around them? No. Sometimes you take it out on the dog. You take it out on the kids. You take it out on your neighbor. You take it out on whoever is in front of you. You just.
I don't know. I can't answer.
Unless it's your girlfriend who loves you and she calls you and you're like, you take it out for a second, but she checks you and you're back.
It's like for me, it's like I would prefer to just go and get my nails done.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Is that a fix? Is that a fix for a woman? Shopping, nails, hair.
New dress can heal every problem.
Is it?
Yes.
Okay. See, Vanessa is more logical. She was like, no.
A new dress, a new shoes, and a new purse. It fixes everything.
Right? You guys should all hang out with Vanessa.
Yeah, I know.
Tone it down.
And she
a
got
little
all the tequila for us.
No, but
BFF.
Please elaborate, Kateryna. So why is a new dress psychologically? I mean, we need to understand as men. Why is shopping or buying a new dress or getting a new shoes just changes your mood? How does that work?
Well, first of all, it's a distraction. You go shopping, you're like, new purse, oh my God. So you get distracted. You're like, yeah, I'll think about it tomorrow, you know? Like,
okay,
Gone with the Wind, you know? So I'll think about it tomorrow. I don't want to think about it today.
So will you ever come back to the mood that you were in before you went shopping the next day?
Yeah, but on a lighter
Lighter
level.
Level.
Lighter.
You're gonna be like, yeah, maybe it's not that bad. I was just like, yeah, thinking about it too much.
You agree, ladies?
Maybe he's not that bad.
Yeah,
It's a distraction.
It lights
you know?
So what should I tell the men out there when you see your woman angry?
Take
her shopping.
Baby, let's go shopping.
Yeah.
Well, okay. This is an honest question. So if you're
Or ask
mad,
her, or ask her for a date, you know, something like
Take
to
her to a
distract.
meet.
I
you
feel like it's
know.
one of those things that's like, did
Flowers
you screw up
can always
and
save
that's
the
reason
situation.
why? Or did something happen that you can't control?
no, something happened that you cannot control,
Well,
and they're in
then
that
just-
mood.
I mean, not to stereotype, but drop chocolate and walk away slowly. Back back away slowly, like, and just give them space. Women
Send
process.
her flowers
Yeah.
to
Like,
work,
we need
you know,
to
something.
Men get pissed, they say it in the moment, and then it's cool. Like,
Yeah.
I had 2 brothers. Like, growing up, we'd get pissed, we'd fight, and then 5 minutes later, like,
We're
you
fine.
want to go, like, whatever? Yeah. Women, no offense, but you like to dwell.
Yeah.
You like to
We
feel
Oh,
it
yeah.
out. And they will...
Make that tree
Right.
grow.
Yeah.
The
Right.
branches.
Yeah.
They've got
A
a
monster in the head.
billion more neurons working at how to
Okay,
make
let's
you-
not talk about men squirrels, okay? You guys are not like better than we are.
No,
because
no.
You
but
have your own
problem
stuff, you know.
solving.
It can be something small, but man is gonna be the squirrel. Is gonna, yeah, like come into your head, and then it's gonna be like, aha, let's think about it a little bit more. Where's my nuts? Let's have a party here, you know. So
Right.
You know what she's talking about, right?
this
Yeah.
is
the
almost
squirrels.
the same.
Men, we have squirrels. Our squirrels is our thought process.
Yeah.
Because we'll think about a whole lot of different things, right?
Yeah.
And like women, they're just.
Procrastinate.
But we'll forget about it sooner. Like Ben was saying, you guys dwell on it and swell on it a little bit more.
No, I
We
wouldn't-
nurture
I
it.
wouldn't be that
You
sure.
nurture it. You give it emotion.
a little bit of emotion, a little bit of sensitivity, you know, and the soup is done.
Yeah.
Here.
Served with
Serve.
arsenic.
Here's
Poison.
your dinner.
There you go.
Here's your dinner, honey. Enjoy.
Thank you.
Poison.
So here's the $1 million question
Okay.
that's always been asked, probably on every show. You know, men are always wondering this. Women been lying about it. So I want to hear the truth. That's a good setup, huh? Does
Why are you looking at me?
I knew. Okay, I'll just look over here.
Look
I'll just
over
look
there.
over here.
If
Look over
it's
there.
a
Because you
question to me, you
happen-
can just ask me at home. That's okay,
No,
baby.
no, baby, I'll
I
ask you. at
can
home.
read it if it makes it less awkward.
Ben, I'll look at you.
Okay.
Look
Eye
at
contact. Here we
Look
go.
at Ben.
The newest followers.
Ben,
Yes.
this is directed towards the women, though.
I noticed.
Okay, don't get me wrong.
No, I can already read your mind. I picked up the whole mind reading thing. So
Yeah,
we're
yeah, of
good.
course. So, women, does size matter?
Oh.
Or is it the man's ego that gets in the way?
It's the man's ego.
I think that's a good, fair question,
Yeah.
right? Does size matter, or is it the man's ego that gets in the way?
It's the man's ego. Because if you're down there, is it like a toothpick? I mean, you can play around with it. What you have.
See, but,
Oh
but
my
here's
God,
the
I
other thing.
can't just believe you put
And,
it in that perspective. All right, if you're a man and you have a toothpick, you have issues.
No, let's not
Go
attack
pick,
that.
go pick somebody's teeth.
My thing
Go
is,
shoot yourself.
I don't think there's a woman in this world that would complain about a guy focusing on nothing more than giving her multiple orgasms.
Right?
Exactly.
If a guy walked up, like,
With
if
the
after
juice
dating,
pick?
or he doesn't have to use that part, baby. Like, whatever. You know what?
Okay.
If his ego's out of the way and he uses a toy or something like that.
Ben,
like,
Ben, let's just step back for a
They're
minute. Let them
always
have their
for
moment.
sale.
Let them have their moment. Let them laugh. Go ahead.
clearly, they're very pleased women to be able to joke about it. As if it's not a
Yeah,
problem in the world for them.
exactly.
Like,
Exactly.
Oh, it's hot.
I mean, there's always a fix. There's a store called Hustler. You know. There's a lot
but
of
many
things.
men
They
are
should pay
very
me for-
uncomfortable about the idea, or that their ego is insulted by having to buy something that could do it.
A
if
toy,
they can't.
right.
Like, but the funny thing is, she's gonna be jumping on you if you give her multiple orgasms.
All
right
the
away,
time.
all the way. Like,
Yeah.
but if a woman
Squirt,
feels like it's
baby,
work
squirt.
and it's not about her as much as it's about you, that's
Right.
why you're not getting it as much. Like,
Yeah.
because it's a chore for her because she's there to entertain you, but in reality, that doesn't make her feel like an equal or
Yeah.
appreciated.
I think if a man always put his woman as a priority first, put her as a priority, make sure she's absolutely pleased,
Yeah.
and then take care of your need, I think you have a happy wife, happy girlfriend, happy woman.
Happy wife is a happy life.
Happy life.
Always,
Groovy,
always
baby.
think that way. See how simple it is. We always go back to the simple things. Not like the toothpick, you know?
Where did you come up with this truth? Is there something you want to share with us?
No, I don't want to.
Have you been picking your teeth lately? What's going on?
What happens in Vegas
No,
stays in
stays
Vegas.
in Vegas,
Right?
baby. I just
Oh,
said
groovy,
toothpick.
baby.
I can't believe I said toothpick.
All right.
Can we
Um,
get lipstick instead?
It was funny though.
So I printed out a couple of things on. I just went on this line because I knew none of the women will be prepared. And they didn't bring any questions with them
I
whatsoever?
did. I asked them my very important
Gotcha.
questions earlier.
So these are the things that this particular site said, that 10 things a man wants in a woman.
Oh, this thing didn't let you go,
Ding,
huh?
ding, 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 ding. Ding, 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 ding.
A woman
Oh,
with
yeah.
her own
Yeah.
life,
Jaws moment here.
Yeah.
Like,
Ding, 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 ding.
no first move, loves in the air,
Well, this is what I want to ask you because I
show
disagree.
you care, sex yes, slutty no, wait for sex, no nonsense, be his buddy,
What?
lay off, good attracts good.
Okay, so let's
I'm not
start.
sure
So let's
about it.
start with sexy, not slutty. So do you think men?
Sex and the-
Do you think men like sexy or do they like slutty?
I think both.
I think both. Yeah, a little bit of
Sexy
everything.
outside, and then when you get home, be a slut.
That's the way to do
Okay.
it. Be a slut for your mate.
Everybody listen. Okay. Yeah. Next.
No, but
that's
those are-
true, yeah.
right?
They don't want
Don't
anyone
give
else to
him
see that
advice.
side
yeah,
of you.
be
Like,
sexy
no
outside.
advice.
Right. Not at home.
But I think that was a perfect answer.
Yeah.
Be sexy outside and be whatever you want in the
At
privacy of your home with your man or your significant other, and let it all hang out.
Yeah.
It's a freak flag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Be his buddy. Make him feel good in front of his friends and important people. Don't laugh at him, but laugh with him. So I think for men, and I'm going to tend to agree with this, by the
I
way.
agree with that.
I think for men, don't laugh at them ever in front of their friends. Don't insult them. Don't disrespect them, because if you do, you've just diminished this guy.
It works
You know?
both ways, though.
It does.
Yeah.
It absolutely does work both ways. But it's really for men because he's all about respect, right? So if a woman, especially his woman that he loves so much, and she's there and she's laughing at him or pokes at him or makes fun at him, I think that's a disaster. You've really just emotionally destroyed him
Yeah.
while he's thinking logically about his emotions.
That's true.
I would
Right?
agree with that. Yeah,
No.
for sure. The moment that you feel demeaned or diminished or demasculatized, like that is the moment that women like their heel is on your cheek and you are in the pavement. Like you just feel so worthless, like as a man. Like regardless of
They take
yeah.
they take your manhood away.
Right, and I see that, and it's not so much about like them being a man, but it's like you took what they were offering you and told them it wasn't good enough.
Yeah.
Right. Now, I've noticed women, correct me, both of you, I've noticed women do this a lot when they lose respect for a man. When you lose respect for a man, the man that you're with, whether you're married with him or whether you're boyfriend, girl, or even dating him, right? Once you've lost respect for a man, then the gloves are off.
Yeah.
And you'll make fun of him, you'll poke at him, you'll insult him. You don't care anymore. Am I right?
That's
Well, this
true.
is the answer. You
That's
don't care
right, yeah.
anymore. This is simple.
You don't
I
care.
don't care anymore, yeah.
So why not tell him?
It's actually the worst thing when a woman don't like.
But it's
don't care
better to
anymore.
just dump him. Like, yo, it's over.
Right. So why don't you tell him rather than disrespect him, and rather than treat him
that's
this
true.
way, and still be there, right?
I can
why
tell
not
you
tell
the
him?
same. Rather than cheating, why don't you just say so? That you don't care anymore.
Oh.
Because cheating's not just about sex.
Cheating is
No.
not just about sex.
No.
But
No.
there's a lot of men
So
that
many
cheat
Not
strictly
for a woman.
sex.
For a man,
That's 'cause
I
they're
think it's
insecure.
cheating.
Yeah, they're insecure. But you brought up a really good point. What is cheating about?
Validation. Regardless
yeah.
of what it is. Like, it always comes back to that. The moment that someone doesn't feel validated, they seek it somewhere else. It is a human need.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. And that is the absolute bottom line of it.
Yeah.
Do you know, ladies, do you know
Look,
why
I
men
love
cheat?
Ben.
Do you know why men cheat? Exactly, to be validated, to feel needed, to feel heard, to
Feel
feel
needed somewhere
the
else.
touch, to
Feel
feel
sexy,
the
to feel hot.
companion,
Right.
just to feel the.
So when does the woman cheat? How do you think?
For power.
No, women they
It was a
cheat
joke,
for
sorry.
power.
Inappropriate
No,
joke.
no, but they cheat for power. But I think women cheat when they've lost their
Sexiness.
they've lost that flame for the man they're with. When you lose your flame, when you lose it and it's turned off, okay,
It's
when
off.
you don't care anymore, that's when women cheat. It's much deeper for women to go cheat than men.
Absolutely.
And of course, there's exceptions. All right,
There is
women will
exceptions.
think about it, plan it. She might be thinking about cheating for a year and a half or 2 years, but she will plan every step of that cheating before she does it. A man will
Just do it.
Well, also,
Just
women
do
don't.
it.
Just do it.
Women don't go into strip clubs and put themselves in bad situations
Right,
either.
yeah,
That's
Like,
true.
It's not like they go get wasted with
Unless
their
you're
buddies and
drunk.
then go. You live a very crazy lifestyle, don't you?
No, I don't. I just hear a lot
I know,
about
right?
it.
But I just feel like they're
I
not in
hear
this
a lot.
situation either. Like, they're not exposed to that sort of temptation as much.
Well, women are starting to go to strip clubs now.
Well, yes, but not. There's not prominent male strip
No, no,
clubs
no.
that
It's
aren't
fun
seedy,
because
like-
it's fun.
It's
Right.
fun, right? And women, I actually like getting lap dances by other women. They think
Yeah.
it's sexy.
Oh, I've got one of those too. It is, but it's not exactly like the same reason men do it though. Like,
But it's horrible. You go on, you get turned on, you can't do anything, and you gotta go
I
home.
thought it was like a
and you're gonna go
awkward form
home
of torture.
Boring.
heartbroken,
Sore.
And you're gonna sit heartbroken.
right? You gotta go home heartbroken.
And you can't get any when your girlfriend find out or your wife find out you were at a strip club. Then you can't get any. That's
Well,
frustrating.
okay, so there's another point. I was going to bring it up earlier, but are we able to believe that we are enough for another person? Can I meet 100% of your needs? And should I judge you because I can't and you have to get them somewhere else?
Oh my God, I was gonna ask him that.
Well,
Okay.
that's
Sorry,
that's
not
been
to
Thank
show.
you, thank
No,
you.
no,
Actually, he
no,
was
I
gonna
love
ask
it.
us
I love
that.
it. Yeah.
I
Oh,
think
you
that's
were?
a really good question. And I think it's been raised many times, between the sexes, between men and women.
Mm-hmm.
Is it enough? And where does that, of course, we've all been brought up one man, one woman, your
Right.
husband and wife,
Right.
the union, you're there forever. I think society and mentally is telling us otherwise, that if you're not fulfilled 100% by one person, why be exclusive? Right? Is that basically what you're suggesting? Or go seek it from a therapist, or go seek it from your friends, or
If I love you, why shouldn't I want you to be 100% happy?
okay.
And I'm not saying that you should go get fulfillment from sex other places. I'm just saying, like, so maybe she wants to shop. So you know what? If you had a rough day, here's the card, babe. Go. Keep it
my
within.
God.
means.
Don't say
Or-
that twice, please.
I'm sorry. But no, I told you I was God's joke to women. But it's one of those things. It's like when you just recognize that you aren't able to do it, and it doesn't kill your ego. Women will love that.
Yeah.
It will never be discussed. It will never be brought
But
up.
then you're predictable, and then it's boring.
That is the only
This is
predictable
exactly
that's
what we were talking
appropriate.
about earlier.
Nowadays.
Ben, with
It's
all
a
due respect to you, and I
circle.
know that you understand
good.
both sides of it. No,
Yeah.
I'm gonna.
Oh God, he's
I'm
building
going
me up for a
along with
breakdown
this.
here. I know.
There is no way that is possible. I'm just telling you. I've had relationships. I understand.
How many?
I'm writing a
Long-term?
book on women.
How many pages?
On
Chapters?
women.
At least
1,000.
99,000 pages.
1,000
No,
minds of
but
women.
do you really think you can satisfy or make a woman 100% happy?
When you acknowledge that you can't, yes.
You validate.
You validate her feelings, even though if you can't fulfill them, she doesn't feel the need.
Just do something different, like
Right.
nice, like flowers or something.
And I'm not
Just
saying
do
like
something
always
diff-
be that soft.
Just do
compassionate
something
person.
different,
Or
like
send
flowers.
them to Hawaii, or like a trip to like Bahamas.
Send
or
her to
something like
Hawaii.
that. Yeah.
But guys,
What
Just
is
text her and be
plan?
like, I remember, hey babe, I just smell this perfume that reminded me of what you looked like on the first date.
I think we just
Yeah.
went to La La Land.
Yeah.
You guys want to come with me to La La Land?
Yes.
Right? We just went to La La Land.
you know-
There's no such thing. Let me tell you why. Because a man has issues. A man still goes to work. A man has problems. We have our own issues that we deal with every single day. And you deal with it, and you're a businesswoman, you're working, and when you come together, it's not possible for a man to do or please his woman 100%. And even if we can validate each other and go, here, babe, here's the credit card. Well, maybe I don't want to give her the credit card every single time that she needs to be validated. And then who's going to validate me? I have issues as a man. So do we get...
All about
That's all you, baby. That's all you.
Right? And I'm not talking about me. I'm talking about men in
yeah.
general, right?
Yeah,
So
men in general, absolutely.
who validates the man when he has issues? Are
Can I
you
please-
agreeing?
Please, can
Right?
I ask?
We do.
How?
Yeah.
I'm gonna
We listen.
revenge.
You got that?
Revenge? There's no revenge, baby, but
Yeah,
you can
revenge.
speak your mind.
I'm just kidding. So, you say that if man is doing business and he doesn't have actually I agree, because if a man is doing business, he doesn't have time to do like thinking about his girlfriend, or oh my god, this is how she looked on the first date, and because man has things like more important things to do. Man is all about the business, and I actually agree, because if we want to take his credit card, he has to do something during the day to fulfill that credit card, so you can go shopping with this credit card.
Right, you gotta
But
work.
my question is about man is requiring a woman's energy.
Okay.
So in order woman to fulfill that energy, where is she supposed to get it? Because if she's working and she has her own business while she's fulfilling her credit card, and she has kids, laundry, shopping, and all this bullshit like with kindergartens and stuff, she has to find time for herself to fulfill herself in order to rework this energy and to give it to her, her
man.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly. So she has to fulfill it from somewhere,
So what kind of energy are you talking about the woman
The
needs to
woman's
fulfill?
energy, because it's a whole circulation, like I remember that picture is just on my mind, where men give the energy to woman is like working on it in the energy level and give it back to the man, and man on the like third chakra and second chakra. I'm gonna get into deep,
Right.
but it's all about chakras, so it's getting back and forth between man and woman, right?
Right.
So in order for a woman to make it work, because I know it's getting complicated.
No.
Because
No,
as
we're
we-
following.
As
We're
we all
following
know,
you.
as
We're
we all
following you.
know, the woman is the neck and the man is the head. So in order a woman to be inspired and relaxed and prepared and fulfilled, she has to take this energy
Can you do that again?
somewhere too.
Okay.
So-
So how do you propose that a woman receives that energy? What gives that woman that energy?
Well, what we just talked about it, everything.
The
It
shoes,
is
the
not
shopping,
about, it's
the
not about the
No,
credit
but
card,
even if you
guys.
rubbed your feet,
Seriously,
like,
it's
even
not
if you
about
took
the credit card. It's like a simple thing. When I wake up in the morning, I'm ready to go to work. My coffee is waiting for me in the kitchen, because I just
little
cannot
things.
get up in the morning. This
Yeah.
is I just can't. I confess.
You
It's
have her
the
coffee
little
waiting?
things
no,
that
not me,
count.
but the coffee is
No,
red.
not
Yeah,
him.
me.
Oh, that was a hint. Oh, I got it.
Mo, remember this. It's
So
the
it's-
little things that count.
It's the little
Less shopping.
things. Absolutely.
I believe in that.
Or when I'm working all the day and I even don't have time for anything. Just from 9 a.m. I start, and 5-6 a.m. today I was just literally running outside and jumping in the open car, and I was eating on the way and responding my texts and stuff because I just didn't have time.
See, we're
But
in
I
a-
had my lunch in the car ready waiting
Yeah.
for me because I haven't eaten anything all day.
We're
So this is
yeah.
these things we're talking about. I'm done.
Okay.
we're all now equal, right? So basically, we
I mean,
right
it's
now, men
4%
and women are
500 is still
equal.
only
Wait,
6% women.
hold on.
so.
Hold
It
on.
all comes
I-
back to validation.
Hold on,
Yeah.
guys.
To what was
Validation.
said, to
I-
what
say
was-
that
it's all
again,
around
Happy.
us.
Nowadays, men and women are equal now.
Because
In-
both
in-
are
in
working.
what way?
Make
In what way?
Well, both are working. Both
Business?
has business and stuff.
But he has work,
financial. We can
and then you have
literally-
work, kids, shopping.
Yeah.
Do you view that as equal? Are you okay taking the extra loads?
Let's say it's equal.
Or are you just trying not to, get more than you? feel
Well,
like
I
you
don't
need?
think that's the case anymore. I don't think that. I think equally now.
Equal
and-
when man is helping you out.
Yeah,
with
yeah.
that
I think
stuff.
equally the guys help out with the babies. They help out with the kids, and they change diapers, and they babysit while the wife is out shopping or with her girlfriends. I mean, the women demand that these days. They're like, hey, hello, I need time out.
In this
I need
sector-
my energy.
in this
I
sector
go
of the
get
country,
energy.
It's a me time. It's
Yeah. Yeah,
it's a
it's
me
all
time.
about me time.
Anyways, guys, we're running out of time.
We digress.
God, it's for 2 hours.
We
We
need
need to do
part
3 hours
3.
next time.
Yes, we do.
Sam, we need 3 hours. We can't talk enough.
Yes,
We
I
need
know.
part 3.
We're gonna need part 3.
So let's wrap up you and I.
Yeah.
shit. You and I.
This has been amazing.
I like this.
This is wonderful. And thank you Kateryna, for being here. Thank you, Ben, for
Absolutely.
being here.
Energy.
Thank you for that energy.
It's all about energy.
Okay, can we all ready? All of us together, ready? We're raising the vibration. Ready?
Yes.
I really, that's good. Just one more time. Project good energy out.
I'm laughing again.
Well, thank
All right.
you all so much for being here with us. And Mo,
Was
thank
fun.
you for
Yeah.
dealing with all the questions.
God, thank you, ladies, for not killing me.
Yes, sir, Mom.
and-
We
and
will outside.
for going easy on me. This was a lot of fun. I learned a lot. I appreciate it.
We will do part 3. So
We have to. I think this
Yeah.
is going to go like we're like the iPhone. iPhone
Yeah.
1, iPhone 2. I think what are we up to? Like iPhone 27?
yeah.
No, actually iPhone 8 is the last one.
Oh,
I think.
8? Nah, they'll come up with something else. They're going to call
That's
it
what I
U-phone. iPhone, U-phone. Well, thank you guys for joining. This has been a wonderful, wonderful evening. Thank you for all the ladies that joined us. Thank you, sir, for watching.
Yes.
Thank you, Ben,
Thank you,
Kateryna.
everybody.
Abby, thank you.
for having us.
Thank you for joining us for this amazing 2 hours, and we'll see you next week with LA After Dark with Abby Cubey and Mo Abourched.
You're listening to LA After Dark with your host, Abby Cubey, only on LA Talk Radio.